Hello, hello. I have arrived. Yes, artist, VTuber, yeah. I keep forgetting my intro. I should really practice it more. Oh well. Anyway, Tiberious Vanderfield, it's me. Yes. Hello there, Kakashi Tachi Madara. Thank you for dropping by. But yes, so today, Arknights. A little bit different from usual, or a little bit different from planned. Originally we were going to start a little bit earlier, but things happen, as happens. But yes. So yeah, yesterday's stream also had to be cancelled, unfortunately. But we're going to try to make up for it today as much as possible. Emphasis on the possible. But yeah, so what we'll probably do is I'll probably go for a few hours now, and then I do have some business that I have to attend to today still. So probably go for 2 to 3 hours now as part of this stream. I'll go and do what I must, and then if we haven't completed the story by then, I will return and we will complete whatever else needs to be done, basically. Ideally. I can't make any promises. But that is essentially the plan for today. Yeah, let's see. Not a whole lot else to be said. If we do go to a second stream, then that will be at around 8:30 p.m. Central Time, as is the usual. Might actually, well, it's possible that it could be a little bit earlier, but that's a tad unlikely. But yes. Let's see, what else? Any other business? Oh yeah, once again, yeah, assuming that we, even with the 2-ish hours that we'll have here, and the 2-ish hours that we'll have if we do another stream today, assuming that we still haven't completed the story, which seems pretty unlikely, but yeah, I will be streaming Arknights on Monday and Tuesday as well. Yeah, so those streams will probably be around this same time, probably closer to 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. But yes, so those will be on Monday and Tuesday, if necessary, only if necessary. But yeah, I don't know how attached I am necessarily to the idea of doing all of the challenge stages on stream. Yeah, I might, if I have to, I might do those off stream. Well, I don't know, again, I don't necessarily need to, but, you know, I kind of want to, just for the sake of it. But, yeah, if I don't have time to do those on stream, I might do those off stream and maybe show them on stream, or maybe not. It'll depend. But yeah, we've definitely had a very busy week this week with regards to streaming. A lot busier than I've been used to. It has been a bit of a challenge to get everything scheduled, or not scheduled, that's not the word I'm looking for, but it's been a bit of a struggle on my schedule. I haven't really been getting as many things done as I would like to. Yeah, there's actually some things, well, nah, I won't talk about that, but anyway, all you need to know is that we're probably not going to keep up this schedule that we've been on. Yeah, most likely I'll go back to streaming 2 to 3 times a week. But I don't know. I've been enjoying streaming more. I want to stream more, in short. But yes, I think roughly 3 streams a week is pretty good for things right now. Anything that's easy to plan around, basically, for me. That's easy for me to work around. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I need to work on right now, in short, outside of the stream. So yes, so that is that. What else is there to be said? I think that's basically everything. Yeah, next week we are expecting the return of the Coffee Talk collab with Sheppy Sheps. So that will be Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, as is the usual for evening streams. And I think that should be basically everything. Everything that needs to be said. Yeah, again, the other potential streams, Monday, Tuesday, and whatever other days we stream next week, are yet to be determined, so keep an eye on my Twitter for that. all of that being said, I think we are just about ready to get back into the game. So yes, as I recall, yeah, there was a post-mission story for this mission that we skipped last time because we were way over, well, maybe not way over time, but we were over time. So I'll be sure to do that before we move on. But before we do anything else, let's get a nice meal. So yes, the challenge stages are now open. I can't access them because you need to have beaten the main story of this event before you can access them. But they are there, in case anyone else is interested and hasn't been checking. Sit. Alright, let us begin. Operator Noircorn, report your status. I can't reach him. Signal's too weak. Kashiwao. I prefer not to shoulder unnecessary burdens while on a mission, so if you can't keep up with my pace, please remain where you are or return to the camp. You fool. Who said I was traveling with you? If you're pursuing the Rathalos, then please don't leave my side without permission. I need to ensure your safety. You little... Palico, keep going. Wow. So, here's what happened. The hunter I was following had accepted a commission from a member of the royal family. They seemed to be in a bad mood and were looking for a Rathalos ruby to fashion into a brooch. A bad mood? You were hunting a Rathalos on such a whim? That client should be just considered an example. Return to my main point. I first spotted this Rathalos in the forest near a volcano. Right as I was about to catch up to it, I was suddenly swept away by a strange force, and by the time I had made sense of things, I was already here. Do you remember what kind of force it was? Unfortunately, my memories of it are vague at best. Power capable of bringing over a Rathalos could be considered an even greater threat. But in the interest of time, please continue. I was still extremely unfamiliar with the environment here when I arrived, so I chose to continue tracking the Rathalos and discreetly observe its behavior. Based on what I've seen, it started behaving abnormally after it discovered a cave entrance and went inside. A cave entrance? Leading into the mountain? Precisely. Was there anything distinctive about it? Unfortunately, it appeared to be a regular cave from what I could tell, but the Rathalos did start behaving strangely after entering. I took a cursory stroll inside, only to find the cave network is particularly complex, and my several attempts to locate the Rathalos were all in vain. My presumption is that it has already occupied an area within the cave to build a nest, which should be a wide space near the entrance. Based on what we saw in the cave behind Roka Village, these caves should all be interconnected, so it's no surprise the Rathalos showed up. There's one more thing I'd like to know. As you've seen, our previous fight with the Rathalos was not at all easy. In fact, you could call it difficult. We've yet to effectively deal any damage, so I find it hard to be optimistic about our next encounter. I fear we may have to pay a considerable price for victory. I understand. So, what I want to ask, based on your knowledge of the Rathalos, how do we ensure a victory in our next battle? Or, to put it another way, is there any way to improve our chances? It's hard to judge. Compared to a typical Rathalos, this one is highly agitated and shows a strong tendency to attack at the slightest provocation. Earlier, I noticed that its senses have also improved, which is correlated with a change in its attack patterns. This is my basis for the assumption that its behavior is abnormal. Well, neither of us have flash bombs nor shock traps in our arsenal, so I am at a loss as to how to trap it. So you're saying our chances remain low? I do have some ideas on how to boost the damage we deal to it, for I have observed your Majesty seems to lack instruction on the use of your dual blades. Dual blades? You're referring to these strange pair of weapons? True, I do feel a lack of strength behind my blows when wielding them. These pair in your paws seem to be weapons from our world and of extremely good quality, so you can rest assured that they were crafted by one of our finest craftsmen. Is that so?
Meow.
I can explain the key to using your dual blades. If you manage to wield them correctly, you will be able to deal substantially more damage to the Rathalos. But... Before that, my observations have led me to ask the critical question. Is it truly necessary to hunt it? You mean that we shouldn't kill it? My understanding is that powerful hunters are usually the key to maintaining a balanced ecology. Hunting of any kind will have an effect, and the consequences must be carefully considered before any action is taken. According to my observations so far, the Rathalos' activity range is quite far from the village, so it does not pose a significant threat to them. And, moreover, the ecology of this area seems to be quite unbalanced. The area is clearly overpopulated by herbivores, judging from the obvious damage to the forest vegetation, so the Rathalos' ability to keep the herbivores in check could be considered a positive. If I was back in my homeland and had already obtained my commission materials, I would not choose to hunt harmless monsters. To be clear, my mission isn't to hunt the Rathalos either, but to deal with another deadly threat, orpathy, and our current clues point to the Rathalos as the source. The fate of the monster is irrelevant to me as long as we can identify the source of the disease and eliminate the threat it poses to the village. You lot. So, in order to determine the cause, we must... You lot! Your Majesty? Ignore him. It's all your fault. Yoshitaka raises his hunting spear. So, it's all your fault. Kashiwa, what are you trying to do? Why? Why don't any of you listen to me? Why? You just had to break into the forest and run around like a pack of brainless beasts. Just look at yourselves. You're powerless before that monster, yet you still want to hinder me, block my way, chase after my quarry, and still you talk about wanting to protect whatever it is. But the truth is, that boy is missing because you didn't listen to me, and that monster is still alive and well. We're still in the early stages of figuring out countermeasures, so a failure or two should be unsurprising. What would you even know? Only trash like you would say it couldn't be done. And now you're saying you shouldn't hunt it at all, hiding behind some nonsensical, cowardly excuse? I suppose next you'll even want to rescue it from me, yes? Now I understand. You're here to torture me, aren't you? To purposefully torment me, an old man not long for this world. Well, because I still remember him. Remember the things you lot insist on forgetting. That's why you're torturing me like this. Just like you did to him. Strip my skin, drain my blood, break my ribs, cut open my chest, extract my marrow. Well, say something. Sorry, I have no idea where to start at all with that rant. Just put down your weapon and let's move on. We don't have the time to waste on irrelevant small talk. Don't move. What can you even do? Be gone from my sight. Crawl back to wherever you came from. I'm ordering you. Get lost. Sip. Kashiwa voice is still a little bit rough on me. So I might tone it down a tad. But yes. Not happening. I will repeat myself. I have no reason to obey your orders. Nandayo, why is this happening again? Unwilling to listen to even a single word of advice, yet still wanting to protect others? Your meager abilities, self-righteous fool, all you can do is impose your will on others. No one needs your protection. Those who take actions should suffer the consequences. They deserve what was coming to them. Everyone else should mind their own business. Fuzakeru na. Yeah, I don't know. Close enough. Close enough. You should have just stood by and watched. I'm the only one who can hunt that monster. I'm the only one who deserves to. If you dare to take another step forward, I'll have you taste the tip of this spear. No, you won't. You don't have the guts to. Stop! What you say means little to me. That hunting spear in your hands, I barely see it as a threat. See? I've been approaching you, and yet your spear has not moved an inch. This is your last warning. Just give it up already. You can't do it. Since you insist on delaying my progress, I'll have to settle this with you in a way that will remove the possibility of future interference. What? Stop! If you really walked your talk, you would have disposed me in the Noir Corn while we were wounded, satisfying your desire to have the beast all to yourself. But you didn't. You... Don't come any closer. I can understand the reluctance to strike at your own kind. Since the beginning, I felt that all your actions were only to dissuade us. Not long ago, you even pushed me away from the Rathalos. You don't actually want us to be in danger. Nonsense. Stop. I'm warning you. This is the last time. To return to the subject of hunting, as a hunter, isn't your top priority to eradicate the threat your prey poses at the least possible cost? And yet, you've been fighting against such a huge predator for so long. Apparently, you disagree. Sip. You've consistently refused my offers to work together, insisting on facing it alone despite your lack of ability. In the process, putting the safety of the entire village at risk, which clearly contradicts your attempts to protect us from harm. I'm starting to suspect that your Rathalos hunt is nothing more than a personal obsession. Amare! Judging at your expression, I must have hit the mark. Then I take it that nothing you've done has actually been to eliminate the threat, but instead you've been blindly chasing it out of anger and remorse. Which is, in a word, selfish. The way I see, you're not much of a hunter at all. That was my quarry all along. You're no hunter, so who are you to judge? Stop this! Just stop it already! If you wish to refute anything I've said, then just thrust forward with that spear of yours and you'll have everything you say you want. It's just as simple as that. I'm right here, right in front of you. Come on. Kill me. I. What exactly is the source of your obsession, Kashiwao? Is it Akira Kashiwao? Where did you hear that name? I'm guessing he's not in the village anymore, correct? What is his relation to you? You share a surname, so clearly more than friends. From the photo, he seemed both younger than both you and the village had been, as well as a former hunter. His name is also etched onto the hunting spear you're holding. So, a relative? Stop talking. You keep referring to me in the plural. Is it because your image of him overlaps with me somehow? I'm guessing that he once went on a hunt against your advice, leading to irreparable consequences, including him leaving you somehow. Since then, you regretted your decision and been haunted by the pain, and you can only vent your frustrations on the hunt. Namare, you know absolutely nothing. I think I do, actually. It can be hard being caught up in the past, but those emotions will only impair your judgment. Your obsessions will never change the past, but they will keep you from moving forward. But open your eyes and take a good look. Is this really the time to be rambling about the past to a stranger? If you can't bring yourself to kill me, then we should put aside our differences and work together on this hunt. I still trust you are a somewhat capable hunter, so if you agree, I'm willing to put all this behind us. And we can finally stop wasting time on this sort of nonsense. No, you don't know a thing at all. Akira is my son. He's already dead. 7 years ago, on this day, on a night just like tonight, the mountains were filled with the cries of these beasts. I told him not to go, that those guys were asking for it, but no matter how much I warned him, he just kept saying, "No, I am a hunter of the village." He kept on saying that over and over again, before rushing out without looking back. Later, when I finally saw him again, it was far too late for him to say anything more. Do you know? If it weren't for his clothes and equipment, I wouldn't have recognized him at all. The sun was shining on his body, yet his hands were so cold. I don't understand. My son, how did he end up like that? I saw them, Ataru, Taki, and the backs of those Bakayaro. I just knew it. They were all there when it happened, but they didn't do a thing. They just watched my son. So how could you possibly understand my pain? The tip of the spear is trembling so much now, as is his paw. His fingers are moving towards. That's... Where? Careful, Your Majesty. He's about to shoot his spear. I caught it! Let go! I heard the sharp wind in my eardrums as beads of blood dripped down from the small scratches on my ear. The spearhead was stuck by my left foot and half buried in the ground. When I turned around, I saw the old man's clouded, shaky eyes. How could I? I'm fine. Calm down. Stay away! No, it wasn't me. It's your own fault. You! And you! This is all of your fault. All of you! Kashiwa. This was from the Rathlos earlier. Your Majesty, what's wrong? Why can't you stand? The situation... Leave me. After him, Palico. A dramatic note to start off on, I must say. So yes. So, once again, I think we're going to start off by leveling up our units, because again, I don't want to be delayed too much. We'll go up to 45, I think.
Hold on. I have notes on the locale. Let me find them.
Yes, quite the tale. Yeah, we'd already had our suspicions that Kashiwao, the younger Kashiwao was a relative of the elder Kashiwaos, Yoshitaka and Akira. I suppose I should call them by their name, or rather by the name that they don't share, for the sake of determining, what's the word I'm looking for? Distinguishing the two of them, there we go. Yeah, I suppose I should refer to them by the name that they don't share for the sake of distinguishing between the two of them. But yeah, we'd already had our suspicions that they were related, and now we know the exact nature of their relation and exactly what happened. At least we know broadly what happened. I feel like there's probably more to it, as Yoshitaka just theorized. The others, presumably, may very well have simply stood by and allowed Akira to die to this monster. And so yeah, given the behavior that we've seen out of the villagers so far, that seems pretty likely, to be honest.
No, it's not enough.
Yeah, they seemed pretty content to simply let us die also, so that doesn't seem at all like a far-fetched theory.
The more we can learn about their attack patterns, the better off we'll be.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to when we see the Rathlos. I imagine, given the climactic nature of our... Given how I assume how climactic the event will be, it'll probably be the last in our main story missions.
The popcorn, I mean.
Yeah, surely we're not going to encounter it in this mission. That seems unlikely. You know, suddenly I wonder if the Rathlos is definitely a very, given what we saw of it in that tutorial mission, it's a very unusual type of enemy. So I wonder if Frost's welcome mats would even work on it. It seems a little bit unlikely. I'm not expecting it to be stunned for very long, but I wonder if they'd even deal damage. Probably they would. That seems pretty, expected. Sip. And so now we rejoin Noir Corn and the Scholar, who were carried off by the Rathlos inadvertently. Yeah! Noir Corn, you almost cut me in half. Sorry, I still haven't gotten the hang of this longsword yet. These fellows look even scarier than the ones we saw in the cave before. Judging from the originium crystal distribution on their bodies, their infection seems to be quite severe, and they're moving so quickly as if trying to flee. You must be quite curious about how I gnaw so much. It's because I've been observing the endemic life forms affected by originium the whole time. Hey, are you even listening? Saving people is more important than that. We need to go take a look. Hello? Safe now. Where are you? Here, over here. Huh. Over here? Yes, behind this sliding door. There's nothing blocking the door, though? Huh? How is that possible? I've tried everything I could to open it, but to no avail. How about lifting this handle down here? Like this? Oh, it opened. Ah, the classic mistake. The classic mistake, pushing on a pull door. So, that's how it works. No wonder I had so much difficulty finding it. What an ingenious design. So, were you trapped like that for the past 3 days? That's right. Maybe I was a bit too obsessed with my research. After all, it's such a rare finding. Oh, what's this soft thing under my feet? The corpse of an Originium slug? May I ask who you are? Sorry there, Sluggy. Ah, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Mirai Taki, an ecological researcher. Our corn, the heads on her horn are different from yours. You said your name was Mirai? Yep. We're operators from Rhodes Island, on a mission in the area. I'm Noor Korn, and this is... Wow! So you're a scholar of the environment here? Of course. I'm in the middle of an ecological survey, actually. May I take a look at your research notes, pretty please? What? Ah! What is this adorable talking creature? What's it going to do? Well, I'm not some creature, I'm a feline. And a researcher myself to boot. Look, I have my own own research notes here. Wow, you even sketched the little explosion that Fukurami herbs make. That's one of my favorites. Did you know that it explodes from the pressure of the liquid inside the fruit? That was my hypothesis. As the fruit ripens, the mucus inside gradually builds up. Hey, I'm the one who saved you, so mind answering my questions first? Oh, fine. So, how did you get stuck down here in the first place? It was part of my ecological survey. I did say that I'm a researcher, didn't I? Okay, next question. Hold on, let me talk first. I've got some incredible news for you all. You'll never guess what I saw. You know what's living in this cave? A super big flying monster. Yeah. Flying monster breathes fire. Gotcha. Gotcha? Do you not find it the least bit interesting? It's called a Rathalos, and we were on its back before getting thrown down here. How could this be? What a tragedy. It turned out to be a creature that's already known. I was even going to name it after a character from a manga I read recently. I got so excited over nothing. Wait, talking creature? I've never seen anything like you before. Are you a new species? What are you doing? Get your paws off me. Just let me take a good look. Hold on, let's get down to business first. Did you come into contact with the Rathalos? Yes, I observed it for a good while. I recorded its actions in the mine and what changes it went through within the Originium zone, but now it feels like it was all a waste of time. You recorded its behavior? Originium zone? Changes? No. Could you please show us those records? This is really important. Of course. Just wait here for a bit while I find them. Well? Food? Drinking water? Even light equipment? What's all this? Protective gear for the Originium, of course. How well prepared. No wonder Mew managed to last 3 days down here. I even brought some carbonated Suzuka flavored drinks. More corn, there's a ladder here. Maybe we can escape through this hole we came from. Man, ladders. We're back to the subject of ladders. Anyway, this looks like the entrance to the Originium processing plant. Where did you see the Rathalos? Not too far from here. Just headed straight through this hole in the mine shaft. The shaft you came down was the one closest to the mine, and was only abandoned because it was too far from the village. I imagine it's most convenient for the Rathalos to fly in and out from. You seem awfully familiar with the place. Enough to get by. Oh, right, here. And this is... The Rathalos brought you two here, right? So I'm guessing you were separated from your companions. You can make use of the vent over there to send a smoke signal to help them find you. Thank you very much. Anyway, here are all my notes, but my handwriting might be a little messy, so I'll read them out loud for you while you have a look. 4 days ago, the Rathlos flew into the cave at night and the miners changing shifts were scared away. The flames it spewed also triggered a small explosion which led to a partial collapse of the mine, and thus sealed the passage to the village. No wonder there was so much active originium dust. It doesn't seem to be doing so well itself. The huge amount of originium dust has notably affected it. In particular, it has difficulty feeding and an increasingly violent temperament. I used an instrument to examine the dust in more detail and could see a large amount of particles suspended around it. Every time it breathes fire, the dust is set aflame, causing great devastation. We're lucky it hasn't wrecked the mine yet. More corn! That's why its flames are so powerful. Ah, did you come across it while outside? More than once even. It's why we came here in the first place, actually. It's been spreading originium dust all over the village. In that case, I must stress that if you want to deal with it, now might be the best time. Huh? Because it's in an extremely weakened state, and though it can recover quickly, it will still take some time. Also, the mine has been overused to the point of becoming structurally unstable. So, if you just detonated bombs in certain spots, you could instantly collapse the entire mine. I'm a little worried about the Rathlos spewing fire while we're doing that, though. It'd ignite all the originium dust, and, well, the consequences would be disastrous. Yes, but you have to trust me. As long as you follow my plan, it won't have a chance to open its jaws, let alone spit out an ember. The only problem is that we don't have enough people to set up bombs in all the locations I marked on the map. We need at least one more. It'll be virtually impossible to get it done by today. It would be perfect if Yato were here, then. Is that another one of your companions? Yes, a very serious but reliable lass. She also has 2 other felines like me by her side. Then we should have enough, but what? It's about the Rathlos. I still have some questions that might influence your final decisions. Check my notes on page 237 in the bottom right corner. I like the note-taking. I like this character a lot. It's a shame we're probably not going to see her very much after this event. But maybe. She's not a Monster Hunter character, so she could reappear. Who knows? Anyway, I've done some research into the materials it leaves behind and found out that it's not actually infected with oropathy, which means that changes were not due to the infection. Not? Then why does it have so much trouble feeding? I doubt it's completely unaffected by originium, but I still wouldn't say it has oropathy. What's even stranger is that more and more originium clusters are forming on its body. So if the Rathlos isn't infected, the originium clusters on its body might just be a temporary thing? And maybe it's not the one spreading the originium dust? That's my theory, but I still don't have any hard evidence to confirm it. Besides, the Rathalos' behavior towards originium is also remarkably different from other creatures I've observed, and it's really difficult to describe. I think it's best if you just see it for yourselves. Let's go, Noircorn. Oddhorn Scholar, can you show us the way? No, wait. Oh, right, you just escaped. I don't mind. No, that's not what The communicator, we got a signal. Oh, maybe it's due to the signal booster here? Can you try and contact Yato? Hurry and tell her what's going on here. Not yet. First, I have to ask you something important, Miss Taki. Huh? Me? You came into the mine alone, but with ample resources before the Rathlos even arrived. You're very familiar with the place, but weren't with the miners when they changed shifts, otherwise you wouldn't have gotten stuck here. From my expertise with the village and how sus they've been about the mine, I doubt they'd let an outsider conduct an ecological survey here. In short, I have some doubts about your identity. Not to mention your family name. It's the same as the headman of Roka Village, right? So you're related to him, but you don't mind teaching us how to destroy the mine and are happy to guide us to the Rathlos. Mirai Taki, what exactly is your angle here? Oh dear, I wasn't trying to hide anything, but I suppose it's just a matter of time. Were Mute playing a trick on us? I see, so you weren't a scholar after all. Then, who exactly are you? No, I really am an ecological researcher. I got all my papers and everything. I did omit a few details, like the fact that Ataru is my uncle, or that I actually snuck into the mine. I also knew that you were from Rhodes Island because I'm the one who left your contact information for my uncle to find. I'm assuming he couldn't handle the originium dust the Rathlos was spreading, so he called you guys in. You left him our contact info? Why? Because I wanted to shut down the mine, and there was no way I could convince the entire village by myself. Originally, I was planning to contact you myself. I figured that once you saw what was going on here, you'd do whatever it took to get the villagers away from here, right? Unfortunately, they confiscated my external communication equipment before I could. So, I thought I'd come down here on my own and figure out how to destroy it myself. No wonder she knows exactly how to collapse the mine. What made you so sure we'd evacuate the village? It wasn't even guaranteed that we'd stop them from mining. Also, I still don't know why you want to destroy the mine. Because if Roka Village continues to dig any deeper, this place will probably suffer a catastrophe. A catastrophe? How soon are we talking? Hard to say. Right now, since at this point it's just an anomaly in the surrounding environment. So, the Mirai we saw earlier was you leaving your mark after your investigation. Yep, and I assume you'd been in a situation where it felt like you were just going in circles for hours? That's an effect of the anomaly. The bad news is that said anomaly is getting even worse. And I'm pretty sure that our big boy Rathlos is heading the same way, though I haven't seen it do its flamethrower thing in its lair yet. Of course, everything would be solved if you all just went along with my plan. But why would the mine here cause a catastrophe? Because, well, you'll understand when you see it. Yato, you are bleeding! Probably from when the Rathlos' tailspin sent me hurtling to the ground, some debris got into the wound, so I didn't notice it until now. It entered from the inner thigh. Can't tell how deep it is until I pull the debris out. You have any medicine to help treat this? Well, not this or this. It's alright, Artisan. Is there anything else that can be used as a rope? Yes, I'll just wrap some grass together like a braid. How strong is it? That should hold. And do you have anything that can burn? Found something. It burns. Alright, then please make a fire, and this is for you. After the fire gets going, wipe this dagger clean and put it over the flame. Can you do that? Yes, but, Captain's Log number 4. This is Rhodes Island Operations Team A4 Captain Yato. In the previous battle with the Rathlos, I was separated from Operator Noir Corn, but our primary objective to track the creature has not changed. However, due to my current injury, the operation has been temporarily suspended. During this mission, we encountered many difficulties that far exceeded our expectations, and progress has not at all been smooth sailing. But I still believe in our ability to complete the mission, whatever the cost. I am now preparing to begin emergency field surgery on my wound, and will make an audio recording of the process for review purposes after the mission. Yato breathes deeply. First, I will remove the shard of debris from the wound. Blood. So much blood. Next, using a rope to stop the bleeding. The wound. I can see the bone, but at least none of my arteries were hit. Needs disinfection, scraping away the dirt. Disinfection complete. Next, to ensure the rest of the operation proceeds smoothly, I must make sure I remain mobile. In the absence of medicine and bandages, I have decided to use... Artisan, is it ready? It's ready. Now, cauterizing the wound. End audio log. Hand me the knife. Yato breathes deeply. Yato presses the knife to the edge of the wound. Yato, are you alright? I'm fine. The wound... Alright, the bleeding stopped. Over there! Look! Smoke signal. From Noir Corn? It's in the direction that the Palico pointed out, so they must have come across the Rathalos. I'm glad they're doing well, at least. The sky. It should be almost dawn by now, but it's still so dim. Black clouds? What's that noise? Forest! Rumbling and shaking. That sound. It's a beast. Over there. Beasts are dashing out from the forest. There are so many of them. Have they noticed something? Help! Help us! Someone's calling for help. Let's go. Kusal, why are there so many of them? Told you not to listen to the headman's orders to enter the forest. It's just a few outsiders. Help! Stop yelling. Why would there be anyone else in this forest? We better think of something before we die here. Villagers? What are they doing here? See? The yelling worked. Come with me, quickly. I'll lead you out of here. Can we head over here? I think we can avoid the beast rampage that way. We can try. We're here. Seems like the beasts aren't headed in this direction for now. Huh? It's them! The outsiders the headman wanted us to find, so they were still alive. The headman sent you after us? A combat ability. No wonder Mirai left Rhodes Island's contact information. You did say you weren't your average pharmacist. The headman said the cave-in might not have trapped you, so he told us to go look for you in the mountains. And if we found you, to take you far, far away from the village. Why would he do that? Ah, save it for later. The beasts are headed this way. Their numbers have increased as well. This keeps up. Curses, this is my fault for letting Kashiwao go alone, even though the Palico followed him, given the current situation. Can you two get to a safe place by yourselves? From here? Should be able to. Sorry, I can't continue to escort you. Stay safe, and if you manage to return to the village, please tell the residents to evacuate as soon as possible. Got it, and, thank you. Artisan, we should go help Kashiwao. What about Noir Corn? Right, they should still be with the Rathlos. I should update him on the plan, but there's no time for that right now. Comms! Alive! It's Corn. I'm glad we caught the signal. Yato, can you hear me? I'm here. I'm seeing a smoke signal from my location. Is that yours? Yeah, I'm with the Feline Scholar and we're safe for the time being. How are things on your end? I'm doing fine. Corn, do you know what the situation is like outside? The beginnings of a catastrophe, yeah? Yes, there have been some obvious tells. Judging from the situation, there's still time to evacuate the villagers, but the wild beasts in the forest have already started rampaging. We need to update each other on the situation to coordinate our actions. Not long ago, I made the mistake of clashing with Kashiwa and letting him go off on his own. He might be in some kind of danger right now, and I think I should prioritize saving him over rendezvousing with you. I'm still not clear how we'll deal with the Rathlos, but it is highly likely that he'll lose his life on his own. It was my fault, so I absolutely cannot leave him behind. I get you, but I gotta tell you something too. What is it? Right now we're above the Rathlos' nest and we found out it's connected to the cave-in in the village. It's an originium mine. That's the source of the dust the Rathlos have been spreading. So that's what it was. Also, we have a really good plan to deal with the Rathlos. Oh? If we destroy the mine and bury it in the rubble, we'll be able to take care of it once and for all. It won't be able to spread... Pardon. It won't be able to spread any more oropathy, and the villagers can evacuate without worries, too. Can you confirm the feasibility of this plan? It was hatched by someone who's researched the mine in depth, but if we want to do this right away, just mean the feline scholar won't be enough. We'll need your help, too. If we miss this opportunity, who knows what kind of accident might happen. In the worst case scenario, we'll probably be facing an unprecedented crisis, so we need you to make the call. Understood. Yato? What a dilemma we've gotten ourselves into. Yato, listen to me. Remember what we decided back then? We've already made our choice. Nonsense. I never said I couldn't do it. I'm not changing my decision. I'll go look for Kashiwa right away while you do your best to keep the situation over there under control. I will save his life, and I won't let the Rathlos harm anyone else either. I'll save everyone. Alright, be careful out there. You too. Die. All of you, die. Get out of my sight. That's it. You scamp. Why did you... Man, Kashiwa really is just a one-man ecological disaster, huh? Don't hold me back, old-timer. You truly don't have a brain up there, do you? A group of hunters who know not the rules of the forest, much less respect them, and in provoking its wrath sent all the beasts into a frenzy, trampling over all over our crops. Well, fantastic. I suppose they'll get their just desserts. All they brought were some mining tools. There's no way they can handle that many wild beasts. So, I have to go in there. I just can't stand back and watch them get torn apart. Aren't you also against the Originium mining project? This is perfect for us, is it not? Those fools in the forest were asking for it. Just let nature consume them, as it should. Old-timer, as a hunter of the village, I, of all people, can't sit back at a time like this. You idiotic, wretched brat. You step outside this room and I'll break both your legs. But he never did stop me from going. Which is how I ended up like that. Yes, it was all me. I caused your death. It's all my fault. I'm a terrible father. You should feel ashamed of your incompetence. And you must also pay for your sins. Yes, I should. Which is why I've been trying to kill all the beasts here in your stead. Especially that most wicked, enormous, insane, fire-spewing monster. But I am incapable of hunting it. These hands of mine are too old to properly wield a spear, and mine eyes so clouded I can only watch milk beasts frolic around. And lay down and die. Die. Yes, that's about the only thing I'm capable of now. Kill one and then another, and then I will be able to see you again. He wanted to swing his hunting spear, but his arms had no more strength, letting it fall to the ground. He had no desire to retrieve it, for he had lost all purpose. The beast bared its fangs and was about to tear its prey apart. Denied the chance. A beast clad in scales, now that's a sight I've not seen in... And now the beasts mutually rend each other apart. Will I die beneath the claws and teeth of these monsters? Yato, your majesty, I advise you to reconsider, for it will not be easy to get out of this. What is that? Someone's voice? Just tell me how you can help me, or I'll just cut my way through. Someone's speaking. Am I just imagining things? It's not time for you to die yet, old man. What are you still doing here, girl? Saving you? You should have left this place, not come to my aid. Didn't you say you were going to hunt the Rathlos, yet you're so willing to die to some nameless beast? Open your eyes already. The frenzied beasts are going to rush down the mountain sooner or later, and the first thing they'll trample over will be the village. Your neighbors will be forced to scatter and flee, and innocent children will die. Are you going to just stand by and watch all of that happen? Yoshitaka Kashiwao, you are a hunter of Roka Village, and as its only hunter, you of all people can't sit back at a time like this. The last thing you should be doing is feeling sorry for yourself here, much less giving up your life so easily. Wield that spear in your hands, abandon those useless obsessions, and think carefully on what a hunter's duty is. To defend their home from the sharp claws of beasts, to desperately keep the flame of survival lit. True, somebody will always be forced to bear the price, hunters as well as us, but we have both chosen this path. Now get up. Akira. What was it that you said back then to get me to let you go? I said that I would defeat them all. Did you succeed? I did, Father. Sit. Akira. You got a good spear, boy. I should hold on to it tight. Go, and never appear before me again. I will defeat them all. That's enough noise from you. Don't speak much, girl, but when you do, you're fiercer than a mangler. If you have the strength to talk, then stop wasting time and cover the rear. I have no reason to take orders from a whippersnapper. Mind your own business. Your Majesty's words remind me so much of my time in Kokoto Village. Before the age of the Hunters, it was the headman who first stepped up to defend the village from the Meowsters, earning the title of hero for his bravery. Meow, please do not pick me up by the scruff of the neck. Calico, watch our right. Do you remember the moves I spoke of earlier, Your Majesty? Well, I've gone over them in my head a few times. You must remember, the trick to using the dual blades to their fullest potential is to abandon all defense and enter a state like to a ferocious beast. Or as we call it, demon mode. Demon mode, huh? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Climactic moment, proof of a hero. Excellent. Beautiful. Just had to savor that moment a little bit. We move. Alright, let's get going.
Target confirmed. They won't know what hit them.
Okay. Alright, pretty straightforward so far, but I imagine things are going to get more complex in the not-too-distant future. Yeah, we've got two other routes here, and they both have tunnel entries, so they'll be coming out of these places here. So essentially these side routes are going to be... they're going to be quite a problem if I don't start dealing with these monsters preemptively. So these side routes are going to be very important very soon. How much range? Okay, I can cover two sides actually. With I can cover two sides with Totafons if I really feel the need to. Whether or not that will be necessary is another question, but it should be a possibility. Of course, now we need to... how do we want to do this? I think... okay, these are the enemies that can... yeah, these are the enemies that are defended from the front. Oh, okay.
Hurry up.
And it seems that everything is going to converge on the middle. Yeah, I could have seen that coming, I suppose. So, I don't really want to retreat Scavenger yet, but she definitely doesn't have the potential to block all of these creatures. Ah, that's new. So yeah, she doesn't have the potential to block all of these on her own, but maybe she doesn't need to. Tachanka, on the other hand, is not doing a whole lot for us currently, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll want to put Totafons back a little bit to give us more time with enemies in our line of sight, or to give her the ability to hit enemies for longer, basically. Yeah, given that we're... okay, we're gonna have to switch to Blitz now, I think. We don't have much other choice. Not as though it were necessarily a bad idea to do, but, yeah, we're definitely not in a situation where we can afford to do anything else.
Ready to go. Stay clear of the blast.
Okay, we've got some more of those very, foul beasts that we don't like. I sure hope that Noircorn can handle this himself. We're letting enemies through, unfortunately, so I do need to change things up at least a little bit. More damage is probably not the exact solution that we need, but... yeah, definitely not. Alright, how do we want to swing this? Oh dear. Oh, we've just lost our medic. How did that happen?
Which area am I? That's my window.
Okay, so Noircorn is not, not doing as much for us as I perhaps would like. But this is practice. Okay, I think these creatures that have the spikes on their backs, which the game didn't tell me anything about, Clearly they have some sort of ability to retaliate in some way. It seems that
Primed and ready. I'm going in.
it seems that when they are attacked, they cause some sort of AoE damage around them, which is bad. That's very bad for us. So how do we want to do this?
Which area am I at? That's my window. Do you think I have supplies?
So, funnily enough, it's our range units are really the ones who are in the most danger here. Because yeah, we've had a lot of range units die,
This
and
falls on me.
even without healing,
You make a retreat and grant me one more attempt.
you'll have all the attempts you need, don't worry. Yeah, even without any healing, our melee units did last a pretty good long time there. So I wonder, did the game just not tell me about the hairy beast, or did it pop up and I just not notice it? Okay, weak point located on its front. Damage dealt to the rear significantly decreased. Deals damage in a semicircle to the rear at every fixed portion of health lost. Okay. So I was thinking that it just did that when it lost any health at all, but that's not accurate. So, with that in mind, the hairy beasts tend to, it seems like, come from the sides, so we're going to want to deal some damage to them before they can get to the middle. I probably should have been dealing damage on the sides to begin with. But yeah, we should have been harrying our enemies on the sides before they got to the middle anyway. Again, I'm just sort of caught up in the strategy of just concentrating as many units into one space as possible. But that's definitely not what we need here. So yeah. So since it is based on... Nope. There we go. Managed to select the proper one. Yeah, since it is based on health lost, and it's not like a counterattack or anything like that. Yeah, that will be... hold on. I'm realizing now, I'm seeing we actually have a pretty good spot here for Honeyberry. I don't know that we want to deploy Honeyberry immediately, necessarily, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, Honeyberry's range will be a great asset to us here. Ash can't be deployed on those rocks. Okay. I was thinking that we would deploy on, like, those rocks there, but those are not available tiles for us, unfortunately. So, how do we want to swing this? I kind of want to... Actually, I guess this works. This is maybe not ideal, because yeah, it doesn't cover the front any. But this does allow us to deal damage to the sides and to the middle, which is what we've sort of been looking for.
Don't let them get the drop on you.
Of course, actually... Well, yeah. We could have at least paid attention to the fact that our defenses were being breached. But yes. We could have placed Frost or Ash or anyone facing backwards. Yeah, facing backwards so as to be able to get past the strengths of these creatures. Okay, yeah, I did just see the prompt come up describing the hairy beasts.
Ready to go.
So that was, oh dear. Yeah, we don't have a lot of, defense here, to be honest.
I'm all
Alright,
stopped.
might as well
Setting
stop.
up.
Because, yeah, Tautofons there would miss that lane, which we don't want. I feel like Noir Corn placed in the front here is probably pretty good. And I feel like Ash here is very bad, actually. So, can we, I don't know if that will No, we do have a medic. I was going to say, do we not have a medic? But we do. We're fine.
Hang in there.
We need more healing, but we do have a medic. But yeah, none of these Sirat foul beasts are actively destroying us with growing corpses, so we should be okay. I guess one thing I've not been... Yes, we did have another leak in our defense, and there's nothing we can do about that. We've lost. Unfortunate, but oh well.
This falls on me. You make a retreat and grant me one more attempt.
Okay, so our defense has kind of failed us there again. What I might want to do is, yeah, I was just using... Yeah, I think we were going to want to place melee units on these tiles. At least some of them. Again, I became aware of my tendency again, but I didn't really address it, except insofar as to just kind of aim our range units slightly differently. Actually, I was going to say, if Lo Xiaohe had his other skill, that might have been a good choice for this, because of the physical dodge. Honeyberry was in a fine place, I think. I'm going to place her a little bit further forward so she can range, or she can heal up. Well,
Do I have to jump down? I've got a real penchant for that.
If we'd actually... Yeah, no, we should have... This was a slight mistake on my part. If we do... Nope. Yes? Right, we can't redeploy in the same space. That's quite the pickle, isn't it?
You get no
This
sympathy.
doesn't let us heal her. So, yeah, this is just kind of a mistake on my part all around. Anyway. We will... I guess we don't need to place Noircorn that far forward, but I guess it doesn't really matter where we put him, insofar for as long as he's not blocking too many things at once. Yeah, I think we want some Tachanka here. I keep putting Blitz there as just sort of the only thought that I have. But that's not necessarily the best option, I don't think. Alright, this fellow is about to be a problem for us, so why not deploy our rapid redeploy operator and shred it immediately.
No turning back for you.
Okay, this didn't go quite as well as I was hoping for. Oh dear. Okay, we've lost our Vanguard. This shouldn't be unrecoverable, but it's bad.
Which area? I'm going in!
Should have used that earlier, but it's fine.
Quickly!
Blitz has defense, obviously. How do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? Oh, this is all very challenging.
Oh, yes.
I think we probably might want to go back to Signal Arrow.
That's my window.
Yeah, we've gotten about as... Okay, yeah, I was going to say, that Hari Beast really didn't take a lot of damage, but of course it didn't, because that's a different one.
Do you think
I didn't need to use that to stun them. Yeah, I should be deploying welcome mats earlier. I should be deploying welcome mats earlier and more frequently. We're near our unit... Okay, that's not a place where the welcome mat is useful, unfortunately. Alright, do some stunning.
Deployed.
That won't really be helpful to us. We're just in a bad situation overall, huh? I don't think more damage is necessarily what we need immediately. We definitely do need more damage. We definitely do need more damage, but I don't think that's the only factor. Having the ability to use spray and pray again would be very good.
Welcome, Sent.
I need to use my welcome mats more proactively. I need to stop forgetting that I have them.
Do you think I have time to do some properly?
Blitz, stun. Thank you. Norcorn.
Which area am I? That's my
Yeah, Norcorn's current skill is not really beneficial to us in this situation. I think we just need some damage. At least that's one of the things that we need. We can get another stun by redeploying Ash.
Setting up.
Yeah, she isn't going to last long, unfortunately.
I know what to do.
primed and ready. I see through you. Do you think I have time? You like it?
This is all very bad, and our plan is falling apart as we speak. But we're not dead yet, so it could be worse.
Welcome, set.
We've got a whole lot of units here, so I think,
Primed and ready.
yeah,
I'm going
essentially
in.
what I was trying to get at when I was saying we don't just need damage, is we need AoE damage. We need the ability to deal with more units at once. And yeah, right now we don't have, I guess we, right, we do have some AoE damage in the form of, we do have some AoE damage in the form of Tadafons. I didn't use her there, which is a mistake on my part probably, but I think we might want to deploy some slowers now, actually. Might want to deploy some slowers now. But yeah, we're definitely getting up there. Definitely getting up there. We're definitely at a point where my knowledge is being tested quite severely. But yes, Tachanka can get AoE.
Yes, I know.
I know too, yes. Scavenger, I feel like the damage is probably beneficial to us. We aren't really running that low on deployment points,
Join the team.
and having more deployment points earlier is probably pretty good too. But yeah, a bind. Binds don't stop the enemies from attacking, unlike a stun. The longer bind could be good. The longer bind could be good. You get traps at the same rate one way or the other. So I don't think that's a huge deal. Blitz. Stunning. That's fewer stuns, though. More stuns overall, we won't run out of them, but it's fewer stuns per within a given amount of time. I don't think the mission's going to go that long. Ash is fine, I think. I was thinking we could use Signal Arrow, but probably if we just position our units a little bit more intelligently, we should be fine. Noir Corn. Yeah, I don't think he really needs the defense per se.
No problem. I'm already done.
Yato, we've not been using Yato, and that might be a little bit of a mistake. She actually did some good on that the one time that we used her. Lo Xiaohei. Lo Xiaohei. Yeah. 20% physical dodge. I think if we place Honeyberry in the right place, we could place Lo Xiaohei pretty forward. But actually, that might not be the best because he wouldn't be able to. Enemies wouldn't really build up around him. Ash is doing fine. She could be better, but she's doing fine. Tachanka could be swapped out. 9-color deer really isn't contributing that much. Lo Xiaohei, maybe. I think we're gonna step away for a second because I think we need a slow. We need some way to slow. Yeah, we need to be able to slow the enemies. Because yeah, I don't think the welcome mats are going to be enough, and I don't think that Yato. I don't know. I guess I should really be redeploying Yato more aggressively. I think that's a large part of the problem. But... how do we want to swing this? I think what we'll do is we'll bring out a unit that I'm quite fond of. This is Earth Spirit. I haven't used her extensively, but she's a unit that I just sort of like for her own merits, I suppose. Her merits as a character rather than as a unit, necessarily. Yeah, backing away again. Yeah, notably, of the slowers that I have, she is one who is able to apply sort of she is able to deploy a near constant slow through her second skill here. Yeah, you know, it's not active all that long, but it slows all enemies within range. Not permanently, but it repeatedly applies one. Yeah. So Earth Spirit is good for this. I'm not really convinced one way or the other on Luo Xiaohei, so I think I'm going to swap him out as well. And we'll back off again real quick. Though, I don't have as good of an idea of who I want to replace Luo Xiaohei with. We have a lot of ranged AoE characters, but the question is, who do I want to use? I guess, honestly, I'm not really at a point where I have enough characters that are reasonably high enough level for this that I can really be choosy. I just kind of have to go with what I've got, basically. But yeah, I think going forward, our strategy... I think that the Shumika? That's not the word I'm looking for, I don't think. The incendiary grenade. It might be called the Shumika, but it's called incendiary grenade in this game, at least, I think. Yeah, I think Tachanka's incendiary grenade is going to be good, because that's going to apply... Or no, that doesn't apply a defense debuff, does it? It might. It might not. I don't know. It doesn't deal directional damage, though. So it won't be... The damage won't be reduced. But yeah, as for... I'm kind of trying to decide between whether I want to use an AoE caster or an AoE sniper. I think we'll go with a... Because yeah, my main thought right now, which actually, hold on. I'm trying to remember the exact mechanics, but the character that I'm thinking of using is Beeswax here. I believe we've seen Beeswax before. Yeah, either Beeswax or Carnelian, I think, are the only Phalanx casters that I have. I might be wrong about that, but they're the only ones that I know that I have. Yeah, as a quick refresher, that means that normally they do not attack. They do not attack normally, but they charge up their skill, and when their skill is active, they will attack all units within range. Yeah, they will attack all units within range simultaneously with no limits on how many times they can hit or anything like that, or how many different enemies they can hit at once. Yeah, so that could be good. The thing is, you know, like I said, I've sort of been sparing with how I've been leveling up my units. So I don't necessarily want to level up too many units. I don't want to experiment too much in the so that I don't deprive myself of the opportunity for further challenge. But again, you know, we will face high-level challenges in the future, I'm sure. So having high-level units now just means that, you know, we still have some low-level units or lower-level units, so we can use those going forward. And just put these other ones on the sidelines until they're needed. So yeah. So Beeswax, if we use her, we'll have to elite her and level her up quite a bit. I have some AoE snipers that are a little bit closer, that don't need to be elited anyway, but they all need to be leveled up broadly. In fact, yeah. My AoE snipers are all pretty much at pretty much at the minimum level for the most part. So as we've established, since promotion doesn't actually give you any new stats, they're basically the same. And you know what? Let's just go with Beeswax. I like Beeswax anyway. Level her up a little bit.
これ全部見るんですか?
Alright. So, let's see what Beeswax has to offer.
よくわかりません.
It seems not even she's aware of what she has to offer. Yes, when this unit's skill is not active, restores a 2.5% max HP per second. That will be good at defending against the horrible spikes of the haughty beasts. But yes, growing sandstorm. Okay, so that will increase the range. That will increase her range when she uses that attack. But if we don't use that... Oh, we do already have some range. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I didn't notice that her range increased when we promoted her. That happens sometimes. Deals damage to enemies and stuns them. It doesn't take that much longer. It doesn't take that much longer to charge up. And it will actually activate soon, or it will charge up sooner. Deals 170% attack as arch damage to nearby enemies and stuns them. Stun is okay. Stun is good. We can use a stun. I feel like it's a little bit jarring switching between the game and this, so I might minimize the amount that I do that, but on the other hand, I kind of want to have a visual. Oh, and I forgot to level up Beeswax. Hold on. Let's get her on the level with everyone else. There we are. Alright. So we've switched one unit that has a... Yeah, we've switched two units out for other units. Now, is there anything else we want to do? I think we've already gone over everyone's skills that are relevant to this, I think. I don't... Yeah, now that I think about it, Honeyberry's skill is fine, I think. Or her basic skill is fine. Well... Yeah, we don't need elemental damage healing necessarily, to be honest. In fact, yeah, we don't need any at all. I don't know why I said necessarily. Yeah, we don't need any elemental damage healing. So I guess it's just a matter of... Spiritual Care will give us more frequent heals, but this will give us more consistent heals while it's active. I think we might stick with that, to be honest. Yeah, I think if we're still having trouble figuring this out, Frost is going to be next on the list to swap out. Yeah, so I think I'll use, essentially... I'll cover one side as much as possible with Yato, have her deploy and deal damage. I think I'll use... I'll put Yato on the right side, actually. I'll put Yato on the right side, because the left side has more spaces for welcome mats. In fact, yeah, there's 4 spaces, it seems like. There we are. There are 4 spaces that enemies will walk over as they traverse this path that we can deploy welcome mats on. So, if I trap those spaces, that will put some damage on the haughty beasts, and then we will place Earth Spirit in this area as well, put a little bit more damage on them and slow them as they're going. So that way we can ensure that we might be able to put a little bit more damage on them as well if we position, say, Taudophons around here. Because yeah, again, I want to take the focus away from the mid a little bit.
I know what to do.
I'm glad one of us does. Yeah, I want to take some of the focus around just bunching up enemies or allies in this area here. I think... In fact, yeah, if we're going to be slowing enemies, then it might be in our best interest. I don't know, I think This is an okay place for Frost, I think. Place a welcome mat here because we don't need to welcome mat the sides just yet.
Hurry up. There's no turning back for you.
Yeah, we will want to deploy... Where will we want to deploy beeswax, actually, now that I think about it? This is okay. Plus, actually, the range expansion will help us, I think. Not as much as I was hoping for, but it's fine. Place some more welcome mats. Alright, we need healing. Oh, we need healing, like, yesterday. Oh dear. Alright, I think we've lost, actually. Well, I didn't think that through quite as well as I might have liked to. Okay, so. We might actually want to put... We might indeed. But we might actually want to put Honeyberry on the right side. So that way she can also heal.
Time for all the planning to pay off.
Well,
I know
no.
what to do.
I don't think we want to necessarily put Honeyberry on the right side. Because that will, like, right side facing upwards is what I was thinking. I don't think that will be as beneficial to us. As we won't be, what's the word I'm looking for? We won't be benefiting from... Basically, I was thinking of putting her facing up like this so that she could heal Yato. But I don't think we're necessarily only going to run one medic. So I think if we're going to run 2 medics, Perfumer is the one who's going to heal Yato. So yeah, all this said, we are going to deploy Frost. I don't know if I want to cover this angle with Frost or this angle. This will give us more time to hit the Hardy Beasts. We can redeploy her, I suppose, actually. Yeah, now that I think about it, we can just do that, right? We can just move her around. This is probably a better place for the welcome mats. I don't know why I was putting them so far back, to be honest.
Are we doing this? Garbage.
Alright. So, position like this can't heal her. But, if we position... Yeah, we want Tautophons here. The extra damage should help somewhat, I suppose, in keeping our good friend here alive for longer. Of course, now I'm feeling that DP shortage a little bit. This is fine. This is not good, but it's okay. Maybe this is less okay than I was thinking of it. Don't deploy Yato yet.
Welcome that set.
You might need to start using welcome mats now. You're not going to last for very long, so I think we're going to need to replace you. I don't really want to put Blitz here because I want to put Blitz in front of Tachanka, if at all possible.
Engaging.
Kill.
That all you got?
Okay, so that didn't go very well, actually.
Deployed.
So, this is not going very well, actually. It could be worse, but it could be a lot better. Alright, so we've lost that one. We've actually put ourselves in a much worse position, it seems like. I guess, yeah, part of it is that we don't have...
Do I have to jump? Everyone, hang in there.
So, this is all kind of bad.
Do you think I have...
We're really relying very heavily on stuns. Okay, we've lost. Yeah, I was thinking it might also be helpful Beeswax would be helpful because she would also be able to take some damage from the foul beasts. But it seems that that's not really
Let's show them what we can do.
gonna do that much for us. So I think we need to go back to, after this of course, we need to go back to the previous skill. And I think, as much as I hate to admit it, I think we're gonna need to just put more damage down the middle again. I don't like that that's my main strategy, but, you know, you do what you gotta do, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know that we've used a slow operator before.
Don't let them get the drop on you.
Welcome, Matt.
Are we
Damage
doing
buff.
garbage?
Yes, should be helpful. I think we might just need the healing
Arrived
range.
at designated position. Treatment target sighted.
We might just need to push the front lines forward a little bit.
Laying out the welcome mat.
Blitz, probably it'd be better to deploy Blitz sooner rather than later. Okay, it's stunned. I don't know that really didn't help us that much, but slow everything.
Do you think I have time?
Only so helpful right now, but yeah, Yato really didn't help us that much there. Alright, I want to get one more skill activation out of her before we put her down. That felt like a very mean way to put that, but
Laying out the welcome mat.
you're fine. We're going to want to reduce.
Guys, you are all lucky.
No matter what trouble we're in,
Very bad.
we'll face it together with all of you.
Very bad. Oh, hold on. I keep forgetting we have stun grenades. I don't know how much they're going to help, but we do have them. That is an option.
Deployed.
Do you like it?
Okay, that didn't help very much at all. So,
Doctor, got your Farcaster from the felines? You need to ditch, fast. I'll come right after you, no worries.
thanks. Okay. So, I think now definitively I can say that we need more multi-target damage down the middle. And we need more accessible multi-target damage down the middle. So, Beeswax, for all of her virtues, is not going to benefit us that much here. So, we will swap things around again. So, Beeswax, we're going to switch for a AoE sniper. AoE snipers are typically easier to deploy or faster to deploy than, AoE casters. Plus, they have the benefit of being always active, unlike Phalanx casters, who are not, the only AoE caster. There's another type. They're called splash casters, I suppose, is what is properly. But anyway. So yes. The splash casters are good, but we're not really going to, I think we're going to get better use out of an AoE sniper. So that means we're going to have to level up another AoE sniper. Actually, I guess, since the screen that shows once we've chosen a unit, or the screen that shows up when we select a unit that we already have on our team, doesn't have any spoiler operators on it, I can always just, if I want to show myself leveling up the operators, I can always just choose them and then swap to that. And I think on the ground, we might want another AoE, or not an AoE, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't remember what they're called now that I think about it. But there's a type of guard that can also attack multiple units at once. And I think we're going to need that. Yeah, on the side, since we've not been having any real luck with using Yato to defend our flanks, I think on the side we're probably going to want to... actually, irrelevant. I'll get back to that thought later. Yeah, since on the side we're not having as much success with Yato, I might actually want to defend the flanks, or at least one of them, with Noir Corn. That way I don't need to worry about healing him as much. He's probably only going to be facing 1 or 2 enemies at a time. Let's see. So, I think... Again, I don't want to be cautious about, or I don't want to be too careless about this. I want to really think my decisions through. So pardon if I'm a little bit slow to make them. But... How do we want to do this? Because yeah, I'm going to want another guard. I'm going to want a guard that can really lay down the hurt to as many enemies as possible. And I don't have a lot of great choices for that. I have a lot of choices. I do have a lot of choices, but... You know what? Yeah, we'll just go with my first thought, I think. Unless... Maybe. I apologize that I'm just sort of making a lot of sounds and thinking a whole lot, rather than actually saying anything. But... this... Ooh, actually, this sounds really good. Okay. Yeah, okay. Alright, time to show you who I have chosen. Just wanted to make sure that I was clicking on the right screen and not the void again. Anyway, so, Estelle, a unit whom I have not used before at all, I don't think. She is a Centurion guard, which is what I was talking about. She is a guard who can attack multiple units at a time, attacks all blocked enemies. That is not entirely accurate. It is a number of units equal to the number of units she can attack, or that she can block as long as they are within her range. I'm going to promote her. Yeah, Estelle's an interesting character. I might talk about her a little bit in the future. I have mentioned her, I think, previously in the discussion of characters with oripathy mutations. But yeah. What really drove me to her is that she has sort of a temporary ability that makes her a little bit like Musha Guard. Yeah, she is able to gain a very significant attack buff at the cost of not being able to be healed. But she has this self-healing, which is notable in that it doesn't require enemies to be, it doesn't require her to hit anything for it to activate, it just requires enemies to be defeated. Which could be good, or could not be. I'm not really sure of how much benefit it will be to us, but we will see. Yeah, as for my other choice, I've gone for Shirayuki, who is another unit I'm quite fond of. If you've seen my home screen on this game, you've seen Shirayuki before, but perhaps you haven't, because she's a ninja and she's very stealthy, so she's not immediately obvious to see. But, sip. Anyway, I like Shirayuki a lot. I've made a good use of her previously. I like Estelle a fair amount, and I'm very interested to see how her self-healing will play out. She's a little bit costly to deploy, but she's less costly than most AoE characters because she doesn't have, she doesn't have a proper AoE, She doesn't have an area of effect. She just targets multiple units at once, basically. So, Vanguard operators are a good choice for the beginning of a battle.
So the enemy won't find you.
I meant to switch back to her other skill, but oh well. I might want to use more stun traps, shock traps. Deploy you Actually, since we have you further, we can actually deploy you like that.
Everyone, focus on fighting. Just leave treatment to me.
Of course, that leaves
Do I have to jump down?
only
got
one
a real
tile
passion for
covered.
that.
Hurry up. Keep writhing in the gutter.
I think we'll deploy Estelle sooner rather than later. But yeah, one notable feature of Estelle, with regards to her character design, I suppose at least, is the fact that she doesn't use, unlike other. How do we want to do this actually? I think no, we need to cover the middle. We need to cover the middle. It's non-negotiable. This is bad actually.
Hurry up.
Because now Estelle's not going to be able to... yeah, this was a bad place. We're just going to retreat. So, we're going to try that again. While Tadafans carries us back to base. We're going to try that again. I don't know why I thought to deploy... I don't know why I forgot to switch out her skill again. But I don't know why I decided to put Scavenger so far forward. I guess because I wanted to, I did want to potentially put a unit behind her so that I wouldn't need to retreat her as soon. So now we're back in this situation, but it should be okay.
Arrived at designated position. Treatment target sighted.
I probably should have deployed Estelle a little bit sooner. But it's fine. So, Estelle can block multiple units, and she can deal a good amount of damage to them. She can deal damage to multiple of them at once, which is the main reason that she's here, basically. But yeah. I'm a little bit concerned about the covering the middle again. So I think we're going to deploy... you don't need to be deployed that far back. I don't think that's not going to help us too much if the enemies get past Estelle. That's pretty bad for us anyway. Alright. So, I am now at a point where I don't have enough...
No problem.
This is unfortunate. Okay, actually, we should be fine, now that I think about it. It doesn't really matter which way we face him, I don't think.
Right here.
This might have been a poor choice right now, actually, because we're in a situation... Or no. Oh, I don't have her other skill active. So this is fine, I suppose. Right. We need more damage. This is okay. This is not fine, but it's okay. If we'd placed you differently, we could have slowed enemies a little bit more. You can cover some area that way, but not very much. I really don't like the birds. The birds are really just going to continue to be a large thorn in my side.
Which area am I heading to? I'm going in!
Oh, hold on. Oh, dear. Oh, we just lost our Vanguard. I wasn't paying attention again.
Let's go!
Yeah, Noircorn is handling himself okay. These foul beasts are the worst thing ever, maybe. But, they're certainly the worst things that I've encountered here.
Which area? I see through you.
Just very bad. I guess we do... I need to, like... Yeah. I don't know why I've been holding off on deploying medics, but I need to stop. Because we just don't have the survivability unless I deploy 2 of them. I guess I was sort of thinking that since I, had leveled up some... I was thinking that because I had leveled up some, surely, I would be able to, manage. But, no.
I see through you.
Oh, well, that was a miss. Yeah, okay.
Damn it. Screwed up again.
I sure did. So I do want to, no. Yeah, Norcorn's second skill is, I think, going to be better than the other one. Well, I don't know. It's very hard to say. Where's this? Selected enemy activates talent 2. Does talent 2 activate on its own? Yeah, it gains 5% for everything. Activates it twice. Does that mean that you gain 2? I guess that would mean that you would gain 2 stacks of spirit, presumably. Well, no, because it says while it's inactive. So that means it has to be activated. So that means... Use 1 stack. That implies that this also uses or activates the skill. Store 2 charges. I'm not really sure what to make of this, to be honest. But yeah, we definitely need more healing. And we need some way to deal with those birds. Like, just... the birds are just the worst thing. Like, I just need them dead. Like, we just cannot, yeah, we just cannot afford to let the birds live for any length of time. It just cannot be, it is completely untenable. Yeah, because those birds will completely destroy our defensive, well, no, because, okay. Well, actually, I just had a thought. Because the enemies that come from the sides here will go down here. They'll converge here. So if we were to place a unit further up, like here, they could hold off the enemies that just come down the middle. And, you know, placing our units further up like that will also allow us to draw the attention of the birds sooner. Yeah, and keep them off of our ranged units. So, I think we need to start off placing Scavenger. We've been doing that, so we just need to keep doing that, basically.
Just because I joined the team.
But yeah, we need to deploy Scavenger soon, and we can place her wherever. It doesn't matter that much, I don't think. But, as soon as we can, we need to deploy, like, ranged units to stand beside her and fight. And those ranged units will help us keep the enemies from converging down the middle and just bypassing all of our defenses. We might just need to place Scavenger further back anyway. I don't really want to do that, but that might just end up being what we have to do. And of course, the issue could end up being that we just need to be better. We just need to have better units, but or rather, we need to improve the units that we do have. Yeah, having a unit to kill the birds is good. That is something that we need. Possibly even more than AoE. But one thing that I kind of forgot about, to be honest, is the fact that I can just, you know, move our units around. That's just a ability that we have. That's just something we can do. So, I still think we want Honeyberry, because we want to be able to heal the units like around here.
Treatment target sighted.
But yeah. If we place Frost too far forward, that will completely deprive us of any good spaces to put That'll completely deprive us of any good spaces to put, what's her name? Completely deprive us of any good locations to place... What is her name? Oh dear. Welcome, Matt.
Deployed.
Just... okay, this is bad.
Let's go.
We've made that mistake before, actually. I should have deployed a medic earlier, but I didn't, and I'm going to pay the price now. And now we don't have... I shouldn't have deployed a medic there, because now we can't deploy Noir Corn. So, now we need to kill viciously, as much as possible.
Setting up.
It might still be salvageable, because Noir Corn was doing good, but he wasn't doing good enough to really... Well, no, because we can't let these Hari Beasts stack up. We just can't. Like, they will destroy us. That might be better, to be honest. That side's less covered anyway. Alright, I don't like this, but... Okay, yeah, Yato just can't hit those birds. We've already established that. Oh dear, what is transpired? Oh, Yato was defeated.
No problem.
Heal.
No matter what trouble we're in, I'll face it together with all of you.
No, this isn't... I just can't do this. Yeah, I really don't know how to deal with these birds.
Do you think I have surprise?
I suppose there is another option that I haven't explored. That could be okay.
Nice. Right here.
Yeah, we've lost our
Ready. Shadow.
other side entirely at this point. So these birds, just the worst creatures known to man. Noir is doing okay. He's not doing great, but he's doing okay.
Primed and ready. I see through you.
The AoE is not doing great either, to be honest. Of course, the foul beasts have murdered our good friend, and we've lost. Okay. Sit. Well, no. Yeah, no. Okay. So, Scavenger needs to be placed first. We've already established this. This is kind of, basically non-negotiable.
I know what to do.
She doesn't necessarily need to be placed right there, though, and it might, in fact,
doing
be
this?
ideal that she not be. Estelle does have...
Are we doing
Estelle has
this?
nearly twice the health, but only slightly less defense, so placing her in the back where she's going to be attacked more by more different enemies is probably best. We want to deploy Estelle soon. And I think it's worth waiting on deploying a medic soon, or until we've deployed Estelle.
There is no turning back for you.
Everyone, focus on fighting. Just leave
Because, yeah, the
treatment
enemies
to me.
don't kill that quickly. Yeah, Yato doesn't have the defense to deal with those party beasts at all. Norcorn, I guess probably the issue is more so for just very low health. That's really a factor that I never consider much for whatever reason. But yes. So Yato doesn't have the survivability, we'll say, as a combination of defense and health. She doesn't have the survivability to hold the flanks. Norcorn can do okay at that. So he might be our go-to for that. Ash, I think we're going to want Ash sooner rather than later. I think we're going to want Ash, full stop. Because Ash can... Whoops, no. Frost. We want Frost here. So yeah, anyway, we want Ash because she can stun. Basically, that's it. We want her because she can stun, but moreover because she can, stun the Foul Beast. I don't know if one side is necessarily going to be more advantageous than the other, but I definitely think that it's best that we place Norcorn further forward. Alright, we've lost Estelle because I wasn't paying attention. Stun, we've lost... we've lost our Vanguard, so we're going to be deploying... we're going to be generating DP slowly. But this is not completely untenable.
Laying out the welcome mat.
I think we want to keep our ranged units basically as far away from this beast as we can. We need more block, so we need to remove you. Oh no. Oh, I thought I'd get more DP back. Yeah, that was a huge failure on my part.
That's my window.
Okay. So this is more manageable. Maybe this is not. Okay, I should have been faster on the draw there. Yeah, okay. So this strategy, I think, is fairly sound. The problem is there's a lot of executional errors that I'm making because I'm panicking.
Very well. Sterling.
So yes, another...
So that's our target?
Yeah, Yato just doesn't have the damage for that, unfortunately. She can't sustain herself and she can't kill them. Estelle is very costly to deploy. But we do need her. Right. We already learned that, yeah, you can't. And of course we don't get any DP back. And they're outside of the range of his stun. Oh, this is all very bad. I'm panicking now again.
Hang in there.
Yes. So, for being what I can only assume is a failed run, we're doing pretty good here, to be honest. I say. So yeah, so there we failed. Yeah, there we failed because we didn't have, we ran out of units, basically. We didn't have enough units to keep it together. But I think that was pretty solid, to be honest. Deploy you. Yeah, I want to be able to stun the Foul Beast when they appear, so I need to hold off on using... we placed... No, okay, we're fine. I was going to say we placed Scavenger in the wrong position, didn't we? But we're good. But yes, we need to place our second medic sooner. Hold on. I can do... No, that won't cover this side. Never mind. So yeah, we need to deploy our second medic sooner so that we can cover more enemies. or we can cover our allies more effectively. I don't know if we want to deploy her now, necessarily. Probably not this soon. Sooner, but not now, you know. We need Ash to be able to stun the Foul Beast, like, ASAP. Full stop. No negotiation here. It might... we need to deploy more corn. Of course, stunning is always an option. We only have so many stuns, but we can use them more proactively than I have been, where I've basically just been using them when we've already failed. This is okay.
Ready to go.
Ash... the thing about Ash's position is that she can't hit, like, most things, to be honest, which is the real problem, is a real problem. If we place Earth Spirit here, she's going to get shredded and die. But she might not. She's probably going to. She's probably not going to survive all that long. But she might. Okay, so Foul Beast is in sight. I don't think another one's going to spawn immediately, so we can just wail on it. Or not. So yes, more have spawned, so that really didn't go quite as well as I had hoped, but Earth Spirit is safe. For now.
Roger.
Our defenses have failed us. I wasn't paying attention. Deploy Blitz.
Which area? I see through you.
Should have deployed Blitz earlier. Maybe should have deployed him further forward even.
Ready to go.
I don't think this one Foul Beast is going to ruin us necessarily.
If anyone needs to
Again, I panicked. That was foolish of me. Okay, the Foul Beast is down. We have another one moving in. We should wait just a little while longer until we can confirm that it's going to be on its own, basically.
Very well. Shadow.
I'm all stopped up. Get clear.
Alright. So, at least we're taking down one of them aggressively.
If anyone needs primed and ready.
I should probably...
No problem. No matter what trouble we're in, I'll face it together with all
We might... Perfumer might just not be a great choice here, to be honest.
Stay alert.
We're doing okay, but we're not doing good.
If anyone needs to sneak.
We'll stop them before they can get over here.
Ready to go.
Stun. Actually, because we can move you around a little.
Doctor, got your Farcaster from the felines? You need to ditch, fast. I'll come right after you, no worries.
Okay. Greetings. Greetings to you as well, suspicious iguana. Yeah, unfortunately, you caught us as how goes hunting? It could be better. It could be better. We've been struggling with this stage for roughly half the stream. Caught you at the end? We are pretty close to the end. Usually I don't go for much more than 2 hours. I think I'm going to give this another attempt or two. But yes, I think we might want to think about having another Musha Guard. Utage is the only other choice, really, that I have. So I'm going to switch up my team a little bit. Are we doing E1L... Yeah, Elite 1 level 45? Yes we are. So yeah, mostly I'm just... that's not necessarily a strict requirement, but I am trying not to, any other restrictions? Not really. Yeah, I'm basically just not trying to, I want to preserve some challenge, so I'm not leveling up my units too quickly, and I'm trying not to level up too many of them. That's it. Because, yeah, I'm actually only about, 2 chapters into the main story of Arknights. So, there's a lot of ground to be tread yet. And I haven't been using any of the operators that I've been using on my team for the main story. Yeah, if you're new, then it's going to be challenging enough anyways. I've been playing this game for about since it came out, though very casually. Mostly, when I say I've been playing it, I mean I've mostly been just doing my dailies. So, yeah, it doesn't look like you're using a new account since you have Ash. Yeah. Yeah, I've been playing for a while, but I've not been playing seriously for a while. I've only been playing seriously since I started streaming it, basically. But yes. So, I suppose that's nice. Yeah. Yeah. I apologize if I seemed a little bit forceful there when I said that I've been playing it for as long as I have. But yeah, it is true that while I've been playing for a long time, I don't have very much expertise with the game. I will admit that much. That is very true. Yeah, apology is not enough. I demand monetary compensation. Well, you can have all of the money that I have available to spare, which is none. I hope that will be enough for you. But yes. So, if we continue to struggle, I might level up my units a little bit more. Better than overdraft. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I might level up my units a little bit more. Mostly, we're getting pretty close to a solution, I think. We're getting very close to being able to beat this. I don't think just having more stats would necessarily push us over the edge unless we leveled up a lot. But, yeah, I think we're getting very close. I think, we might just need to switch out Yato because she's not doing a whole lot for us, unfortunately. So, yeah, one thing, just to be clear ahead of time, I usually try to avoid spoilers as much as I can around here, and since I have some operators who are spoilers for some events, for some events and for the main story as well, whenever I'm switching around my operators, I go to a different screen. Kuroko, the Rose Wolf, thank you for the follow. But yes, so we're going to a separate screen right now while I adjust my operators. Yeah, the only operator change I'm immediately going to make, though, is one that we have already seen. Quite an effort to avoid spoilers? Yes. I take it fairly seriously. But yes, anyway. So, I think that... And there's no spoilers on this screen, so we're good. I think... Right, I need to promote her first. But yeah, I think we're going to go with Utage. Basically just because I feel like we'd be well served by having another... we'd be well served by having another Musha guard. Which operator would count as spoilers? A certain single-letter operator, maybe? That's definitely one of them. Yeah, don't really know any others. There's a few. I guess not all of them are necessarily story spoilers, but they, some of them hint at things that haven't occurred yet, basically. Yeah. The one that you're thinking of, the altars, yeah. Altars a little bit. Again, they're not huge spoilers, but, I kind of want to keep it close to the chest. A little bit of a surprise. Because I do intend to, eventually, do all of the events that are available to do. But yes, Utage. Let's see, Descending Strike. I don't think we're going to be... Pardon. But yeah, I'm definitely planning on having Utage out for the long run, and not just to eliminate a few or just one enemy. So I think we're going to go with her normal skill. Yeah, are you not spoiling yourself or not spoiling chat? Not spoiling chat. I myself am, I haven't seen a whole lot of the story, but I do know sort of the broad strokes of a lot of things. But yeah, I know a few spoilers myself, but I haven't like read through any of the events that I haven't played. I haven't read through any of the main story that I haven't played. Any spoilers that I have seen are just from people, you know, just sort of cultural osmosis, other people talking about the game and all that, you know, mentioning something, and then I realize, oh hey, I haven't seen that yet. But yes, anyway. Gonna level up Utage as well to match. Yes. So now we should have 21 million Lungmen dollars? Yes. Like I said, I've been playing this game for a long time, and I've basically just been grinding the entire time. For, again, since the game released, I have been playing it, and I've just been grinding. So I have a lot of resources in reserve. Anyway. I suppose now that I have better operators, I can consider donating to the Syracusan Mafia. They'll... That's not something that you consider. They make you do that if they make you do that.
Done eating?
That's not a choice I get to make. But yeah, anyway. That was not a request. Yeah. But yeah, anyway. Now that I do have some higher level operators, I realize now I will be able to tackle some of the higher level resource grinding stages on my own. But yes. So
Garbage.
it is kind of funny to hear Scavenger's skill line every now and then. But yes. So yeah, the big struggle that we've been having on this stage is with the Serent Foul Beasts who spawn. I don't know how familiar you are with this particular event, but they're a real hassle for us, I must say.
Let's go.
But yeah, I'm struggling a lot with deciding how to deal with those. I don't know if either side done with the event as of today. Gotcha.
Nice. Right here.
Hurry up.
Right,
You
whoops.
get no sympathy.
So, we need more healing, and this is probably a good time to use a flash grenade. Oops, I didn't activate the skill. So, we'll place Perfumer. Yeah, all stages in the shop. Gotcha. I wonder if farming the sage is worth it now that the melter is empty.
Ready to go.
That I would not know.
I'm all stocked up.
I don't want to use her skill because I want to have it available whenever it's necessary. It might have actually benefited me to place Perfumer further back, so that I could place Shirayuki here.
That's my window.
I'm all stocked up.
Alright, so now that foul beast is here, that foul beast, it won't kill her instantly, so hold on. I'm losing units, hold on.
Are we doing this?
Okay, I think we might have lost, actually. Yeah. Alright, wasn't paying attention there because I was trying the new strategy. So yeah, I think probably what we'll have to do is we'll probably have to switch around. We'll want to make use of the wire drone some more. Yeah, I think basically where Estelle was, we'll want to put
Alright, go time.
where Estelle was, we'll want to put Blitz. We'll want to put Blitz there. Yeah, another thing that might be worth considering is I've been
Garbage.
placing Perfumer over on this side. it might actually be better to place her around here or something, at least somewhere along this side, so that she can heal our ranged operators, so that when they come under siege from the foul beast, they will not be immediately destroyed. Yeah, Honeyberry is doing her best, but she can only do so much when there's other guards who need to, or when there's other units that need to be healed. Speaking of,
Arrived at
Honeyberry.
designated position. Treatment target sighted.
I think we want to place... Actually, since we can move units around, it might behoove us to place Ash a little bit more... in a little bit more of a pointed position here. At least for the time being. Yeah, we do want to be careful with... Yeah, do want to be careful with our deployment points because we don't want to miss out on the opportunity to deploy more corn. He's stronger than Utage, so I think him going here is fine. Estelle. Okay, we got our heals. We can only heal one. Lurking around, making some tea. All right. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you're enjoying. Good luck with the hedgehogs. The hedgehogs have not been the greatest threat to us, to be honest. They've definitely been an issue, but they've really not been the main issue. It's the birds. The birds that just dismantle me. But yes, anyway. Having another unit around here would be good. I don't know which one to use, though. Honestly, since the birds are really the issue, this is kind of not ideal either, to be honest.
Which area am I? I'm going in!
Ah, right. I just remembered. That loses us the skill. Okay, we need to stun enemies here because we cannot afford them getting past our defenses. I should have placed Shiryuki earlier. Estelle does not have the damage to deal with all of these, but we might be able to sneak by, basically. No, that's not it. Okay. Might have gotten a little bit distracted there dealing with the others. Unfortunate circumstances.
Doctor, got your Farcaster from the felines? You need to ditch, fast. I'll come right after you, no worries.
Alright, I will be right back. There we are. Alright, I am back. Yes, I have filled my water bottle, I have stretched it a little bit, and I've thought a little bit. So, I completely upended my entire strategy there to be more easily able to deal with the foul beasts, and I think that was a little bit of a mistake. Because now the issue isn't that the foul beasts are destroying our entire, sideline. The problem is that the foul beasts, or the problem is that we're not able to defend against anything else. So while I've been doing an okay job of defending against the foul beast, I've not been doing such an okay job of defending against anything else. So that needs to change a little bit. So if I can... I don't know where I put it. I was going to do something, but I don't know where I put it. I might not have it in this scene. Oh well. I was going to do a little bit of drawing to visualize. It might be... I think I can probably just grab that from another scene, actually. It should still be around. Yeah, there it is. Ah, whoops. Getting my keyboards mixed up. Because I am playing this across two different computers. There we are, and there we are. So, if I've got this all set up properly... it looks like I don't have this all set up properly, maybe, actually. There we are. We do have it set up properly. So, what we need... Or hold on. There. That should be good. Now you should be able to see it properly. Anyway, so, this side if I don't have unfortunately, I don't have the visual. I'm drawing over the screen, but I can't actually see the. There we are. That's a good reference point, but we could have a better reference point. So yeah, so this entire side here is potentially under attack by foul beasts. Artist rendition. But yeah, so that side is under attack by foul beasts. And so anyone on this side needs to be able to, anyone on this side needs to be able to be protected from the foul beasts. And that is that. So we can defend against the foul beasts either by, just killing them. We could just kill them, which was the main strategy so far. We can also place operators around here to defend. And I might want to be placing a few more down the middle there to defend, like I said. Yeah, I think another thing is we've been placing, get rid of all that. But yeah, we've been placing a cell here, but I don't think that's really going to be the best for us in the long or the short term. I think instead, this is where we're going to want to place Blitz. But yeah, Scavenger can stay here. We're going to remove her at some point, ideally anyway. Yeah, Scavenger can stay there, probably to be replaced by Estelle later. Yeah, let's erase the other side here. So yes, so Honeyberry can stay here. I think this is probably for the best. Honeyberry can stay here, facing this way, to be able to heal these operators up here, as well as these ones over here. So Honeyberry can face that way. I think probably the best place to put Perfumer would be here, facing this way, to be able to heal this whole section here. I guess not, she doesn't have that far range. Yeah, healing this area here. So yeah. So, with that in mind, Ash, and possibly also Frost, I don't know where I'd put her necessarily, but either of them would be facing this way. And while this will put them further forward and thus in more danger from the foul beasts, it will give them a better vantage point to be able to hit them and to be able to hit other targets. Yeah, Shiryuki, given that we already have an S, I think we'll represent Shiryuki with a three-pointed, vaguely sharp shape. I was going to say triangular, but it's not really that even. Yeah, Shiryuki around here, facing this way. Yeah, ideally Noir Corn here. That's a very troubling end. There we go. Noir Corn here. And Utage, I think, here. Here specifically because I don't want... Basically, I want to be able to intercept the Hari Beasts and prevent them from, deploying their spikes all over my defenses. So yeah, that's specifically why I position Noir Corn so far forward and why I position Utage so far back, so that they're away from the others. Sit. So, with that in mind, I think... Okay, yeah, I guess... Yeah, the area that I... Whoops. That's not the eraser. Yeah, the area that I reserved for Frost in that little doodle there isn't going to really cut it. We're going to want her to be within range of Perfumer, so if we place her, she'd probably be here, but she's not going to have range on basically anything from there. So I think probably the best thing to do would be to deploy Taudophons. And so that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units, which leaves us with 1 more space for an extra unit of flexibility if we need it. Who that unit would be is unknown to me, but whoever they are, I sure hope that they will win us the day. Yeah, the extra healing is necessary, I think. We just are not killing things fast enough to be able to rely on one healer. especially with how all the damage is being spread around. I think having a multiple target healer in Perfumer is good. Honeyberry is not that useful right now because her ability to heal status damage is not relevant. Not relevant in this stage. But now that we've discussed all that, let's put it into practice. Whoops. I don't want to spend sanity on this. I already feel like I've spent a fair amount. Yeah, actually,
Time for all the planning to pay off.
let's hope that planning does pay off. Let's see. I can keep this. Oh, it's not actually too far off. Yeah, I just need to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, zoom in a little bit, and it's basically, maybe not fine, but can I zoom in just a little bit more? No? Why are you not zooming in at all? Surely. Okay, that's too much. Yeah, this is okay. I can't quite get it to the same scale. And I don't... This is not important. I don't need to be spending this much time on it. Anyway, I'll just put this away for now. But yes, we have the plan. We have the diagram. Now it's time for it to happen, ideally.
I know what to
So,
do.
Blitz isn't very much more expensive than Estelle, so we should be able to swap him into the strategy pretty effectively. He's not going to be doing damage quite like Estelle did, but Estelle wasn't really keeping up with the damage that we needed anyway.
Move! Quickly!
Yeah, this could end up being a mission where we would get value out of the having more stuns versus just having the
Arrived at designated position.
having
Treatment target sighted.
I don't know, this is a fairly long mission is what I mean to say. But yes. Ash, where were we planning on putting Ash? Here, I think. Do we want to deploy Ash immediately though? I think she's okay here. Or she's okay now, basically. Yeah, I think Ash is okay now. Yeah, because we're going to... I suppose, again, we don't need to get it right on the first try, necessarily. Yeah, we can definitely...
Do you think I have
We can stun.
supplies?
Right, like, we can stun. That's another thing we can do. And we can also lose Estelle. Or not Estelle, Scavenger. Alright, so... The strategy has failed to a certain extent. We're still killing things, so it could be worse. But... Yeah, once again, we'll wait, I think, until Ash... Yeah, we'll wait to stun until Ash has at least one Foul Beast in her sight, possibly more.
I'm going in!
Oh dear, oh
Do
dear.
you think I have time to use the bathroom?
I'm all stocked up.
Okay, we need more damage here now. Oh, I should have put Shiryuki down. What am I thinking?
Do you think I have
Well, we can still rectify that.
Roger.
Eh?
That won't help us that much, but what will help us is a stun.
Do I have to jump no matter what trouble we're in? I'll face it together with all of you. Huh?
Deployed.
Estelle's not doing too bad for health. Estelle's not doing too bad for health, so I think Utage time, basically.
Do you think I have
It is the time for Utage. But yeah, we did still lose an enemy, but this should be a lot better overall.
Very well. Settled.
Ready to go. Get clear.
I think this is fine because we're going to take down another Foul Beast. We don't need to stun them necessarily, we just need them dead. Utage is surviving pretty good.
Awesome.
If anyone needs to sneak, you like it? Primed and ready.
私が必要だね。
Alright, I think it's time to start stunning down the middle. Because we need things dead. Utage is going to go down very quickly unless she takes a nap. But we're still not killing things fast enough.
私がここは
We could... No, we've lost this. Yeah, we're just not killing things fast enough. So, yeah, it's a stat issue, I think. We got pretty close before,
ってことなの。
but I don't think we got it. I think we're just going to need to level up, unfortunately. Whoops. But yeah. Because I don't want to take the units that are low level and level them up all that much more. So I think instead I'll just level up the units that I do
もう
have.
再生終わったの？
But yeah, very unfortunate that. Whoops. Not going to go over the recommended level, I don't think.
Let me scrub back a sec. I want a closer look. Yeah.
How could we have done better? I think... well, yeah, we probably needed more AoE damage. That would have been helpful. But I don't know where we would have gotten that AoE from, necessarily. Because we definitely needed as many guards as we had, if not more, to deal with what we were facing. Having the Musha guards on either flank to defend is good and maybe not necessary, but I think it's the most expedient way to deal with what we were dealing with. Earth Spirit wasn't really on that mission, so we don't need to worry about her right now. The healing is okay. The healing's okay. I think we just need to kill things faster. I didn't deploy Tautafons there, so I'm not going to worry too much with her. Another thing, yeah, the units that we have that are using their skills, I think we'll also level up their skills. So yeah, Shiryuki might be an operator. Oh no, I was gonna say she might be an operator that we have that I have leveled up the skills for before, but it would appear that the answer is no. Scavenger needs to be leveled up, I think. Scavenger's doing okay. We might just keep her as she is because she's going to be swapped out eventually.
うまく使い
I
こな
think
せるのかな？
Yeah, I think we want the big damage
みんな
with Estelle.
私のことは
We're willing to compromise on her survivability a little bit. But yes. No, yeah, I was thinking about switching back to Ash's first skill, but I really appreciate having the stuns. But again, the thing is, like, I can use the stun grenades. I'm not using them very much. I'm not running out of them is the issue. So I'm not exhausting my options.
The more we can learn about their attack patterns, the better off we'll be.
Yeah, I really don't like sort of the brute force approach of just have stronger units, but I do want to beat this event. And ideally I would like to beat it today, and I've forgotten to level up Blitz also. But yeah, again, in short, I want to beat this today if I can. So, I'm going to compromise on that. Frost also hasn't been used very much. I wonder how much improving her skills would improve. Doesn't seem to have any effect on the duration, but that's maybe just because it hasn't been leveled up enough. No, yeah, it doesn't seem that that has any effect. Oh well. So how are we? Honestly, it might be best to upgrade our medics. Again, I sort of don't think of leveling them up as much because usually they don't get hit very much, and you know, they don't do damage necessarily. But I think we're going to switch to Perfumer's first skill, because her second skill is mostly to improve her talent, her ability to passively heal allies around her. But we don't need passive healing. We need like active healing now. So this will be okay.
Everybody
So,
done eating?
we've thought about this a little
Your
bit.
time.
Now it's time to put it into practice. I could use shock traps, considering that we're not using wire drones either, but I don't really know where a good place to put the shock traps would be necessarily.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Keep writhing in the
It might
gutter.
be better to deploy Perfumer earlier. That costs one extra deployment point, but I'm probably not going to miss 1 point. I'm going to deploy Ash, and I think our next move will be to... Well, no, our next move will need to be to deploy Noircorn, because we need someone to defend the flank. Yeah, and there we go.
If anyone needs
Do some stunning, please. Nope, you're not Noircorn. But yes, we need to deploy Noircorn to defend the flank. The other one will be defended by Utage in time, but it's fine for now. Since we don't have a downside to this, we might as well... Ooh,
I'm all stocked up.
yeah, that was bad. I should have used the other stun, and now we're probably not going to have a stun for when the foul beasts come by, and our strategy is a little bit in trouble now. Still, with how things are, I'm going to deploy Shiryuki before I deploy a medic, another medic even. Yeah, now we're not going to have a stun for when that foul beast is here,
Do you think I have time
or we're not going to have ashes.
Arrived at designated position.
Get clear.
Things need to die, and we're not... The things that I want to be killed are not being killed, unfortunately, which is a real issue for us.
I see through you. Which area?
Very well. Shatter.
Okay, Estelle
If anyone needs to
fell, which is quite bad. We definitely cannot defend without another unit there, I don't think. We might be able to kind of...
I know what to do.
This is all very
I'm all stocked up.
not ideal.
No problem. Everyone, hang in there.
We need a good stun. And yeah, now our strategy is kind of falling apart because we can't deploy Utage.
I see through you.
Yeah, Blitz doesn't have the damage we need. Shiryuki honestly doesn't have the damage that we need.
Keep writhing in the gutter.
Frost is going down. We've lost another melee unit. So now we've lost that block. Plus we've lost the distraction on the foul beast.
Do you
Blitz.
think I have time to... Which area? I see through you.
Okay, now we've lost... now we've lost. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Hmm. Okay, so we need to think about this a little bit more. I think... Because, yeah, things are just bunching up too much in the middle, and they're just destroying us. So, we need more damage in the middle, which means that Estelle isn't sufficient on her own. But... yeah, we can't... So, let's get out the drawing tools again. And, okay, there we are. There's our point of reference. So this is where the enemies spawn. This, nope. There we are. I guess I can see the pen a little bit on the screen. But yes. So, enemies will go down these lanes and then converge here, and then enemies who go down here will come out here and do the same, basically. But, crucially, enemies converge on this tile here. So having units here or here won't benefit us that much. So, all of that being known, how do we want to swing this? So placing Ash more aggressively so that she can cover this area didn't really help us. Yeah, even with the 2 medics, she wasn't able to stay alive long enough to be a major factor. Yeah, if I were to place a medic, or not a medic, but a guard here, for instance, Estelle perhaps even, if I were to place Estelle there, she'd be able to stop enemies a little bit sooner that come down this area, and she'd draw the attention of the foul beast sooner, assuming I place her at the right time, of course, because the timing is very important to Estelle's ability to do anything, essentially, or rather to distract them, which is the main thing that I'm concerned with. But yeah, so if I need to deploy Estelle after I deploy my ranged units, if I want her to be able to draw the attention of the foul beast. I'm pretty sure we've seen from earlier levels when we use the wire drone, it doesn't. And speaking of the wire drone, I don't think I want it necessarily. Yeah, I need to finish this level in order to get my next hunting tool. The flash grenade, I think, is basically non-negotiable. But I think the shock trap will also be good. Because yeah, with the shock trap and with the flash grenades, we'll be in a good position. Are these? Yeah, they are flash grenades. But yes, so with those, we can slow down the enemy going down the middle, possibly get some stuns on an area as well, because I think the high voltage shock traps are able to stun the flying enemies, even though the flying enemies are not able to trigger them. Because yeah, basically we need more time for the enemies to take damage and die, is the main thing, and we're not getting the damage with the units that we have. Yeah. I don't think Frost would be a good pick here necessarily compared to say Ash. I'm feeling like Shiryuki isn't pulling as much weight as I would like, so it could be beneficial to replace her with another melee unit, one that we could potentially place further up and draw attention from the foul beast sooner. But there's not a lot of good options we have for that, I don't think. So, other than that, things are fairly solid. Things are fairly solid. They're not great, I will admit. They're not good, but they're solid enough. Could we potentially swap out, say, Earth Spirit for another guard that could be useful? Lo Jiahe could be nice. Lo Jiahe could be really nice, actually, given his ability to bring low health enemies even lower when using his second skill, or his ability to attack like multiple targets using his first. I guess he can attack multiple with his second as well, but he can't have unlimited uptime on it. Yes, Tachanka. Yeah, Tachanka specifically ignores 100 defense when attacking enemies in the burning zone. So that's not as useful. Yeah, not as useful as just defense going down like you would get from, say, Signal Arrow. But we're not really getting the benefit. I think Incendiary Grenade would still be good for Tachanka if we were to use him, and I think we might just.
First we learn about them, then we'll smart them.
Tachanka is in a very notable position in that he could, in theory, be placed off to the side and be able to deal some damage without having to necessarily be exposed to be placed directly in the line of fire. Yeah, I think I'll give it. Hold on. I think I'll get rid of this scribbling on my screen. But yes. Oop. So, Scavenger still needs to be here. Blitz still needs to be behind her, on the space behind her. I don't think there's anything we can really do with that will not destroy our strategy entirely. We need more ability to block, I think. And
Let's go.
having more units on the field, on the melee tiles, will help with that, I think. Let's see.
There is no turning back.
Perfumer. I don't think that having Perfumer out really helped us. It might have actually hurt us somewhat. It might have been in my best interest to deploy Ash earlier, but I think she's fine where she is. As she is, perhaps even.
If anyone needs
You don't need to stun with him just yet. I don't know what I was thinking there. It might be good to have more units who can provide value at the beginning of the battle, but aren't necessarily going to be sticking around for all of it.
Nice. Right here.
Of course.
Are we doing this?
Hold on. Clicking on the wrong space. There we go. I was just gonna say we are losing health on Scavenger at an alarming rate.
Ready to go.
I don't want to stun just yet because I want to deal with the Foul Beast. I know it's not my only concern,
Hurry up.
but it is definitely a concern. Ah, I was too late there. I was trying to think of whether I wanted to deploy or retreat her, but eventually this choice was made for me.
My window.
I don't want to stun.
If anyone needs
Honestly, I probably want to use my Blitz stuns more aggressively. Where did we... Oh, no! Oh, I forgot to pick Tachanka. It's possible because I forgot to pick Tachanka. Oh dear. Anyway, Tachanka. Tachanka. Nope. Well, or yeah, Tachanka. He's right there.
Yes.
Here we are.
No.
Alright. So, let's try that again.
Show them what we can do.
I know what to do.
I'm sure glad one of us does. So, one thing that we might want to consider. Blitz being in the back gives us, he has more defense, more health. And I think having the greater effective range from having Tachanka placed forwards more is probably for the best, because he's going to do a lot more damage than Blitz. He's going to be doing a lot more damage than Blitz. So yeah, we definitely need someone behind Scavenger. It doesn't need to be Blitz necessarily, because we can forget to equip the high voltage shock traps. This is fine. This is practice.
Arrived at
We're learning.
designated position. Treatment target sighted.
It might be... We might just want the healing sooner rather than later. Because the extra damage is good, but we're still not getting rid of things fast enough that Scavenger can be expected to survive as long as we want her to. So, looking at this, this enemy has passed Scavenger, but the others haven't. So I think having a unit here should be able to block.
Which area am I heading?
In theory, if we had a unit with enough block, we could block that middle tile, maybe. I don't... Yeah, the side ones might not be as necessary as I'm sort of making them out to be.
If anyone needs to sneeze, do it now. Kapow!
I think we're gonna want more healing, more and better healing sooner rather than later.
Primed and ready. That's my window.
Alright.
Garbage.
So, we've
Do you think
let
I
them
have
in
to
past. So I guess we did need that damage a little bit earlier. I probably should have placed Tachanka facing the other direction, but oh well. Maybe not oh well, because this is not well at all. Scavenger doesn't need to be here right now. We need damage.
Understood.
Shiryuki. Ah.
Should
No.
we fight again, we will return the favor 100-fold.
Okay, so. Really messing this up, huh? So, high voltage shock trap. Oops. This is fine. So,
Conceal yourselves so the enemy won't find you.
now I'm wondering, could I potentially place Scavenger just here, place Blitz in front of her? Would that be sufficient? Or would Blitz just end up in a situation where he's blocking one enemy?
Move! Quickly!
Because, yeah, like, these enemies
Are we doing this?
are going to try to move diagonally, but they can't truly move diagonally. That's not really a thing.
Arrived at designated position. Treatment target sighted.
Of course, now
doing
Scavenger's
this?
in a situation where she can't cause any damage. Did I... Why do I still have the wire drones? I thought I switched those out. Anyway, not damage yet, necessarily. I don't think we're ready for that, because we do need to prepare... Well, no. Yeah, we're not yet at the stage where we need to... Okay, yeah, these enemies are bypassing... They're bypassing, Blitz, which is not good. It's very bad.
garbage.
So, Scavenger
Hurry
needs
up.
to be swapped out immediately. But we can't afford to... Well, we can't afford to mess up our deployment just quite that much, but we did anyway. This is fine. This isn't necessarily disastrous yet. We should still be able to salvage this. Because, yeah, mostly that enemy is going to be dealing damage around, around here, but we don't have anyone there. So that's not the worst thing in the world. Being proactive with our stuns would be helpful.
I'm all stocked up. Watch for the blast!
Let's get time to get serious.
No problem. No matter what trouble we're in, I'll face it
But
together
we
with
don't
all of
have... Oh, no. Oh, dear. I think we've lost already.
Primed and ready.
Not quite, but we're definitely not doing very good. No, we've lost now. Because, yeah, we don't have enough block in the back.
もうドクター、ぼーっとしてないで走るよ。
Yeah, okay, so we need Blitz in the back, and we need the shock traps. I don't know why... Oh, I need to hit confirm. Okay. Anyway.
Let's show them what
Oh, we have a
can
lot
do.
of shock traps, actually. I was thinking we'd only get a few, but no, we have quite a few. Yeah. So I don't think this is a situation in which having, say, a summoner would help us too much. Like, having someone to guard the, disposable units to guard the flanks would help all that much.
Move! Quickly!
We want Scavenger out of here as soon as possible,
Keep
because we're
riding in
just
the gutter.
not killing things fast enough.
Everyone, focus on fighting. Just leave treatment to me.
In fact, we might benefit from deploying Shiryuki before we deploy Ash. That sounds weird to me to even think about, but yeah, I think that might be the strat.
Do you think I have surprise?
We will stun.
Keep riding in the gutter.
More corn can be deployed now.
No problem. Get a hold of your breathing.
More healing. She's not going to last. This is bad. This is very bad. Yeah, I should have deployed a shock trap down the middle.
Very well. 7.
Okay, so the shock trap is not an AoE.
Do you think
I
have
thought it
time to
was.
reduce the powerful?
I suppose that's why you get so many of them and they're so cheap.
Do you think I have
Stun. Then, once that foul beast enters the range of Ash's skill,
Let's go!
deploy her.
primed and ready?
We need more damage down the middle. We need more damage down the middle. We need perfumer. Oh no. If I had just been a little bit quicker on the stun, I might not have had time for it, but I really wish I could deploy Tachanka right now.
Ready. Exterminate.
Guys, you're all right.
Ah, we've lost.
Do I
Yeah.
have to jump down? I've got a real penchant for that.
Oh, and I completely forgot about the left flank also.
My window.
Do I
I don't think Scavenger there would help us at all. I'm getting a little bit too focused. I need to try to salvage this situation as best I can.
Oh yes, I yes,
The units we have been doing okay. Well, I say that. With the very limited healing, but we didn't. Yeah, and now now we're just out of opportunity.
Very well. Shadow.
'Cause yeah, we don't have. Blitz just will not survive long enough. Oh, we can deploy these traps onto space that enemies are in. Interesting. So this is
Primed and ready.
undeniably bad, a bad situation that we're in. But it might not be an unsalvageable one. It's not the most salvageable situation that I've ever been in. But we're actually losing, actually. Never mind.
Damn it! Did anyone remember to bring the ammo?
That was very good, to be honest. Like, we got really close there. But how do we need to do this? Scavenger's not surviving, so we need to level her up a little bit more. I guess, I don't know why I thought I wouldn't want to level her up at all. Who else could benefit from... I don't know how much more I'm willing to do right now. Yeah. Estelle is okay. Ash is fine also. Scavenger, Perfumer. Oh, Perfumer's skills aren't leveled up at all. And that would really help. Just having more healing. That's a really big boost, actually. I was thinking that it would be like... I wasn't thinking that the skills would be that much improved. Yeah, I was thinking that I'd like level it up, and instead of having like a, you know, a plus 15, I'd have like a plus 25 or something to healing. But yeah. I think Honeyberry is fine using the skill that she's still using.
After our mission's over, why don't we all celebrate together?
Boy, I sure hope this mission is over at some point. Scavenger. I think we have done most of what we can. Maybe not everything we can, but we've done most of what we can. Most of what I'm willing to do, again. But yeah, going from a very basic level of Arknights to a very advanced level of Arknights in a very short time has really been a learning experience for me. But yeah, if this keeps up, I think I'm probably going to have to resort to some drastic measures. I placed Scavenger in the entirely wrong area. Oh dear. Oh no.
Everyone, focus on fighting. Just leave treatment to me.
Okay, so entire strategy needs to be dramatically retooled immediately.
Guys, you are all lucky. There.
So, Tachanka needs to make things dead. No. Well, maybe, actually. Maybe. Because, yeah, there she's out of range of the beasts, the foul beasts, and she can still hit them in something of a reduced capacity, but she can. Of course, now the burden of defending our mid lane falls squarely upon the nowhere near as broad as Blitz shoulders of Scavenger.
Let's get left and
But this isn't doing too bad, to be honest. Of course, that didn't go quite as well as I might like. Oh, did that creature activate both of those traps? I don't like that. I don't think I want to place a Stell there just yet.
Garbage.
But
Doing this.
let's...
Move! Quickly!
Ah, right.
Ready to go. Target spotted.
oh yes, time to get serious.
We're getting a lot of...
Understood.
an unusually large amount of units bunching up on the right side.
Primed and ready.
And we need to
Do you
to
think I have
stop
time
this.
to use the bathroom?
I just used a Stell skill at the worst possible time, I think, actually.
If anyone needs supplies. Which area? That's my window.
Okay, you've done pretty good. But yeah, we just used a Stell skill at the worst possible time.
Oh yes, time to get serious.
7.
If anyone needs supplies.
We want Tage on the other side. Oh, I forgot to deploy Perfumer. No wonder everyone's dying.
All stocked up.
Oh dear.
Which area am I heading to?
Ready to go. Stay clear of the blast.
Alright. And for the rest that need to be stunned. Alright, we're not getting any more targets down the mid lane. Yeah, that was a symptom of not deploying Perfumer early enough, I think. Is this viable? It's not the worst.
Let's get
Alright, we just lost the Chanka, and I think that means that we've just lost the mission.
If anyone needs
I could have stunned with Blitz, and I didn't think of that at the time. You need to take a nap immediately.
Watch for the blast.
Well, you know what?
primed and ready.
You know what? Utage can... You know, she can just take a nap, and then she can leave.
I know what to do.
So I don't know if, with the position she's in, Estelle can actually block anything.
Ready to go. Clear.
Well, we did win. We have won. This is probably the most scuffed victory that we've had, ever. But, we did it. Ooh boy. That was probably a... Okay. So... I think... I think we are at a point where we can start spending sanity. Again, I feel like I've spent
Commencing operation.
quite a bit already,
I know what to do.
but this went pretty good. So, we want to deploy Blitz as soon as possible. It honestly, it might have benefited us, the fact that we didn't have, the fact that we had Scavenger behind someone.
Hurry
The
up.
Scavenger really doesn't have very much defense. And moreover, she has very low health. Of course, part of the issue is the fact that I forgot to deploy a medic for a long time. But, or the second medic for a long time. And another issue is the fact that I completely keep forgetting to, that I can, like, deploy these shock traps. And they can affect multiple targets, I've just learned. Nice. So, we've learned a lot here. And hopefully, we're not going to learn what it's like to not have Noir Corn, because hopefully, we're going to have some more deployment points here, like now. Please,
There is no
thank you.
turning back for you.
Nope. Okay, there we go.
Nice. Right here.
So,
No problem.
more
I'm
healing.
going to treat you here.
I don't think I need to... I can use Blitz's stuff. There we go. I was going to say, I don't think I need to use the flash grenade, and maybe I did and maybe I didn't, but this is fine. We maybe should have placed Tachanka facing the other way, but this is fine. Someone just went down. Scavenger went down. I don't like that, but I have to live with it. Estelle? I don't like the sound of that, but I have to live with it again.
Which area am I headed? I'm going in! Do you think I have...
Could have waited a little bit longer for the Foul Beast to get in range, but it's okay. I need more healing immediately. I cannot afford to wait. Tachanka is definitely in a worse position, I'm realizing.
Ready to go. Target spotted.
Primed and ready.
For whatever reason, I thought that, okay, I thought that because her skill caused her to deal increased damage to stunned units, I thought that she would prioritize them, but it seems to be quite the opposite, actually.
私が
Do you think I have surprise?
お願い怯えて
Forgot about Tage there a little bit.
しっかり
Yeah, I think we're gonna need to use our stuns very liberally.
Do I have to jump down? No matter what trouble we're in, I'll face it together with all of you.
Alright, so we're not killing things fast enough to heal Estelle, which is quite
I know what
unfortunate.
to do.
Which area am I? That's my window. Kapow!
Ready to go. Watch for the blast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought that because Ash's skill caused her to deal more damage to stun targets, that she would prioritize them. But that is definitely not the case. I need to use my shock traps earlier in the mission, because now we're at a point where we're not getting to use them very much.
Keep riding in the gutter.
You can take it out. I could have waited maybe until after you had, I could have waited maybe until after you had, defeated one of those enemies, but
See through you.
I'm all stocked up. Ready to go. Stay clear of the blast.
more stuns.
え気を確か
Apologies if I'm a little bit quiet here, but I'm quite tired after all of this, I must admit.
Oh yes, time to get serious.
But yes, Tachanka is definitely in a much weaker position there, but
There is no turning back for you.
Primed and ready.
I should have retreated you a while ago. That's another weakness I have with Arknights, is the fact that I always want to try to have sort of a finished, you know, I want to have a finished deployment, I suppose. That's not a great way to phrase it, but I prefer to try to get my operators into such a configuration that I don't need to change them around anymore, which is fine, but this is definitely not a, you know, it's not necessarily a virtue. Alright, we lost our other medic there, but I think we're basically fine. Ooh boy. But yeah, so I think that, honestly, having Tachanka where he was really helped us on that previous run through. I think we could have saved more enemy defeats. We could have had less enemies pass by us if we had been a little bit, if we had placed Scavenger back further and then placed more melee units in front of her. Sit. Alright, so, the game, the story, we're back. I never thought the cave would be so close to a volcano. My tail is feeling so warm. Ouch, it's hot. It's on fire. Now I get why you wanted to close the mine. We'd have done the same in your shoes. This place definitely has been overmined, even as an Originium processing plant, but none of the specialized equipment you usually see. This has gone way further than a tiny village can handle. Mining so carelessly without strict safeguards in place will only result in the leakage of active Originium particles and inevitably cause catastrophes. What I don't get is, based on what you said, they started mining 7 years ago, and the person who led the project was your uncle, the current village headman. So why did the tunnels stretch so deep after just 7 years? They can't possibly have dug this all themselves. You're half correct. Huh? The mining tunnels weren't dug by the villagers, they were already here before. Remember what I said earlier about the beast outbreak 7 years ago? Yeah, you said it was a real serious one, and that old Kashiwa's son, Akira, was also a hunter and lost his life in it. That was a direct consequence of the mining. Ouch! You good, Scholar? I'm perfectly fine. What exactly did I trip on? Ah, hello, Sheps. Yeah! Bones? Yeah, glad to see you around, Sheps, as always. But yeah, we're probably going to be closing up here pretty soon once I'm done with this cutscene. Man, you have missed the tremendous struggle that we had. Nearly 2.5 hours devoted to a single, maybe more than 2.5 hours. I wasn't keeping that close a track, but roughly 2.5 hours devoted to a single stage. It was rough. Anyway, yeah, that's a whole lot of bones, plus teeth and claws. They've been dead for a long time. Wait, this form must have been a large carnivorous creature. This is my first time seeing one here. Judging from its remains, it would have been covered in scales and had well-developed forelimbs with long and sharp claws, so it most probably was good at digging holes. An armor claw beast. That's their name. And a type of predator that once inhabited the region. They were social creatures that would dig their nests in the mountains. This mine was actually one of their nests, and they built majestic palaces all over the years while tunneling through the surrounding Originium veins. But we haven't seen a single one down here or in the forest. That's because they disappeared 7 years ago. Disappeared? Disappeared? For real? The very last trace of their species in this area is the pile of skeletons before you. How exactly did something like that happen? Back when this Originium mine was newly discovered, Akira Kashiwa was firmly against the project. He reckoned destroying the armor claw beast's nest would net unpredictable consequences, and that Originium mining itself wasn't exactly safe either. On the other hand, my uncle and the other villagers believed that they desperately needed the potential profits to change their grueling way of life. So, concealing it from Akira, they and the other hunters banded together to exterminate all the armored claw beasts in the region in order to freely mine the Originium. But the slaughter resulted in the surviving armored claw beasts rampaging through the forest, leading to the beast outbreak that year. So many innocent lives were lost just for the sake of opening a mine. You must have seen my uncle's attitude, yes? To him, the Rathalos is simply the manifestation of vengeance from all the beasts he's slaughtered. He definitely has dreams about Akira's death on the regular, too. His closest friend, his apprentice, carried out the will of a hunter to the very end and died for his sake. And now that Akira's predictions have come true, naturally he's terrified. Akira died for the headman's sake? I thought he lost his life protecting the village. The outbreak wasn't threatening the village, but was closer to the mine. He was beset by frenzied beasts whose numbers far surpassed any regular outbreak we'd seen. Oh, we're here. Originium rocks were clustering around the lava bubbling in the cave. King of the Skies lifted its head. The insignificant Oni looked down. Their eyes each reflected the other's gaze. Chikusho, me. Surrounded by a bunch of Originium rocks. Since you didn't want to deal with it right now, take care not to get too close. If we accidentally anger it, we'll be in deep trouble. Got it. Scholar, where are you? The Rathalos seems to be using the Originium for its lair. This is impossible to comprehend. It looks like it's in a lot of pain. Is it because of the Originium on it? Most probably, and there seems to be substantially more particles compared to our previous encounter. Right now, it's more or less an oversized source of pollution, spreading Originium dust wherever it goes. My hypothesis is that the Rathalos most probably was just trying to survive and ended up nesting here. But being deep in the mines, it's constantly exposed to Originium. When it returns to the forest to feed, the flames it spews while hunting will in turn trigger the clusters on its body, dispersing particles everywhere. So, it's a victim of Originium too. Must you hunt it, Noircorn? The Originium is too much of a danger to leave alone, and considering the safety of both the village and ourselves, hunting it is the best way of handling the situation. What if we can deal with just the clusters? I just need a little more time. I'll bring out my binoculars. What else could there be? Well, those tracks are... Scholar, come quick. You're too far out. The ground's too unstable over there. Where? Meow! Ah, gotcha. I was so afraid. More corn, why didn't you warn me earlier? Did you see that? Uh-huh. The binoculars just bounced off the Rathalos' head. Ah. Sparks are coming out of its jaws. Just run already. The mine is going to be destroyed. Run for it. I'm running. If it triggers all the Originium here, the anomalies are definitely going to spike, and then there'll be a catastrophe. A black mist shrouds the sky, and the mountains and rivers burst. Wind scales the peaks, and flames rise like a crimson tide. Vegetation burns to ashes, and life into coal. Village gates swing open, and the houses collapse. All life cowers, and the heavens fall. They're dodging my slashes so easily. How foolish. You clearly lack a hunter's intuition. Their weak point is their soft patch of skin in their jaws. Stab straight in so you can slit the throat. Got it. Six-fold slash. A hit. Have a taste of this, Konoyaro. We did it. Be careful of the rear, Mewtwo. Nanja Korea. Two-fold slash. You're welcome. Are my hands losing their strength? On my way to a certain village, I heard tales of an endless stream of dragons, but personally witnessed a similar event. Beast outbreak is showing no signs of abating. If we remain trapped here, we'll eventually collapse from exhaustion. We have to find a way out. If we can make our way to those tall trees over there, we can make use of the canopy's height to avoid the rampage. I have an idea. What's this? This is the powder I used to trigger the horn beasts earlier, in hopes of luring out the Rathlos, but I used too much and lost control of the herd. Using it on people is unheard of and probably suicidal, but right now, this might be our only method of drawing them away. But that means, yes, whoever's affected by it will be beset by the entire horde, but as long as we can make our way through, it will be worth it. Probably. No. Artisan, do you still have that rope from earlier? Yes, I made so much of it. Good. It's long and tough enough to support the weight of multiple people. If we tie it to the tree, we can use it as a makeshift grappling hook to retrieve whoever's acting as bait. Which will be me, so if you would. No, I must be the bait. I won't allow it. It's too dangerous to let you get surrounded by the horde again. If you sacrifice yourself here, wouldn't that make my efforts to save you meaningless? I don't know if I'd be able to rescue you with these old hands of mine, but I can at least make sure not to croak before you rescue me. I have faith in you, girl. Fine, let's do this. Come, you dastards, over here. Yes, just like that. Chase me like the lunatics you are. Now's my chance. Flurry rush. Ha! It worked. Perfectly. Deploy the grappling hook immediately. I'll go retrieve Kashiwao. These beasts just charged straight at me with wild abandon. We really lured them away. Can't believe it. Simply so many of them. That day 7 years ago. Brat, is this how you felt that night? Did you die to something like this? Was this what you saw in your final moments? Surrounded by these beasts, encircled by their jaws, drowning in their saliva? You must have been slaying them one after another with this spear, just like this. But no matter how many you killed, there were always more of these beasts, wave after relentless wave. Ah! Begone! So, they saw you as a mere slab of meat to be divided between themselves, no longer among the living. Knowing you, brat, you probably just kept your mouth shut rather than calling for help. Simply brandishing this lance till your strength failed you, till you could wield it no longer. Collapsing on some rocks, slowly falling to your knees. Yet the beasts never ceased their advance. So that's how it was. Kashiwao, grab my hand! What are you blanking out for? Quickly! Got you. Palico, pull the rope. Finally. Not yet, Your Majesty. The branches over there are broken. How many more beasts rush over as we speak? Chikusho, is there anything else we can do? Your Majesty, look! The beasts are scattering all of a sudden. A noise from the sky. The Rathlos soars through the sky, and that's... Nante kota. A catastrophe. The gale carelessly bound both land and sky together with flame, like an ignorant life devouring everything in its path. Trees were but weeds within the tornado of fire, and mountains crumbled to rubble. The most fearless of warriors were powerless to stand against it, and the most devout prayers echoed to no avail. It had arrived, the land's retribution. Jump down. Brace for impact. Is everyone all right? I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine as well. Sky is alight, pillars of crimson flame. So, what a truly terrifying sight. I've read about a similar case on the landship before. A hurricane unleashed by a catastrophe encircled a mountain on fire, becoming a ferocious firestorm. As it moves, the vortex pulls from its surroundings, and with everything combustible in this forest, I can't imagine the consequences. Why? Why did the catastrophe strike so soon? The center of the firestorm is near the mine. The mine? Taste my blade. Hey, so this is where you guys were. See, Scholar, just like I said. That's enough yapping, Noir Corn. I expect a full report soon. Alright. Old Kashiwao, what are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing, Mirai. I can hardly call this fortunate, but at least we managed to escape the Horde thanks to the catastrophe. I don't know what the situation in the village is right now, but the core of the catastrophe is still quite a ways away and moving fairly slowly. However, that's not the case with the beast outbreak. Any ideas on how to return to the village as soon as possible? Ah, if that's still nearby, maybe we can use it to descend the mountain quickly. It has not been used for a long time. I can't be sure if it still works. So, planning on letting the rest of us know in on this? There's a rail car. We used it a lot when the mines were just opening, and it made things real convenient. But after the cave was repaired, we more or less abandoned it. Don't worry, it should still work fine. It was the very first thing I designed, after all. Weren't you an ecologist? I'm not sure if I should trust your skills as a rail car engineer. Kashiwao, our next battle won't be any easier, so I hope you're prepared. I don't suppose you'd let this old man loaf around for once? Please, by all means, I fully intend to respect your opinion. Oh? I'm aware that I tend to ignore the ideas of those around me and insist on doing things my way. And this is a behavior I should correct. The mistakes I've made were precisely because of that, and I should also apologize for what I said earlier. I'm sorry for my unprotective words. Without knowing anything about your background, I did not intend to hurt you. So, will you accept my apology? Fine, if it pleases you. Good, then that's settled. Girl. Earlier you said you understood me. What did you mean by that? It's a bit of a long story. If it's a bother, then just pretend I didn't ask. No, I don't mind. You see, before joining Rhodes Island, I was an assassin. Nani? A literal killer, acting on orders to take the lives of my people, day and night. Until one day, I looked at my blood-stained hands and I felt nothing but fear in my heart. The next day, I was tasked to dispose of a mother and daughter. I chose to protect them instead. Because I didn't want to be a killer anymore. That was also the day I met Noir Corn, who listened to my story and chose the same path. But I'd made a mistake. It wasn't just a matter of refusing to kill. The pair I saved were so frightened of me that I could only leave them in a safe place. And while in the moment I felt only the weightless relief of not taking a life, I'd forgotten something important. The only end awaiting them was to be killed by someone else. Do you regret it? Yes, for a long time after that I often dreamt of them. They would ask me why I had left them to die. I didn't want to hurt innocents anymore, but I still ended up indirectly cutting their lives short. I used to wonder if I was even capable of protecting anyone at all. Luckily, I had help. Thanks to him, I made my decision. You mean the boy over there? Yes. Ugh. He scolded me, a rare occurrence, and said, "The past is the past. All of your remorse, all the sins you carry, make up for them with your future." I took him for just an oddball, but I suppose he's got a proper head on after all. What he said seemed right to me, and since then I haven't given it much thought. That's it. We decided to make it our mission to protect others, and he dragged me along to join Rhodes Island, and because of our similar objectives, we're still working together even now. This must be some company, to hiring on people like you. So, protecting others is your way of atoning for your past? You might say it started like that, but I've had a few additional insights along the way. I've seen too much of life and death. There are many reasons people might surrender their lives, and some even seek death out of ignorance. You could say I stubbornly impose my will upon others, but only because of my duty to protect their lives. Life in this land is not meant to end so easily, but to be lived and experienced in all of its possibilities. So I will continue my efforts. I don't want to regret anything, or to see people forced to gaze only at ruins. So, I refuse to leave you alone. Yato, Kashiwao, we found the rail car and it's still working. Hey, what are you two both looking at me like that for? Is there something on my mask? It's nothing. We'll be right over. Anyway, I look forward to cooperating with you in the upcoming battle, Kashiwao. Yato holds out her hand. No. I've told you this so many times already that that's my quarry. You need only watch from the sidelines and applaud my brilliance. I'll just pretend I didn't hear that. path you've chosen is not an easy one. All I can do is wish you the best. Likewise.
We're not out of the woods, brother.
Alright, we have the high energy Originium Barrel Bomb. But we're not going to use that now. Probably not going to use that for a little bit because it is time for a break. And quite a significant one because I've been streaming for nearly 4 hours. And I don't know how much more I can manage. Especially since I have some things to attend to and not too long from now. So, let us return. Ooh boy. This was quite the stream. You know, I set out saying that you know, I would do as much as I can, no matter what it took. And it has certainly taken a lot. But yeah, I definitely... Yeah. Yeah, definitely leveling up was the right choice there, and I should have done it earlier. Because, yeah, it definitely was not easy. Was not easy. Even with having higher level units. What are we expected to bring? Elite 1 level 70 for the next mission. Man. Well, one way or another, we need to wrap things up here. So, as per usual, if there are any raid suggestions, I would be delighted to hear them. And while we are waiting for that, I will go over the business. So, at this point, I think I'm pretty... Yeah, I'll shoot. Here we go again. Yeah, we're just wrapping up here, actually, I'm afraid, Go-Go, but glad to have you dropping by. But yes, so, just to wrap up now, where was I? Right, so, hi Coffee Man, hello. But yes, so, given how much has been put into this energy and time-wise, it seems pretty unlikely that we will continue this later tonight. There is the possibility that I might still stream this evening, but I'm not planning on it at this point. But yeah, I think we will... Yeah, I think what we'll do is we will just... I will resume this on Monday. And I'll need to check my schedule for Monday to see when will be available. But yeah, we don't have a whole lot more time. Yeah, we're not going to have a whole lot more time with this event, but I think that we should still be able to clear it, even without putting in some extra time today. Oh boy. Man, my neck is stiff. But yes, so, once again, if anyone has any raid suggestions, I would be delighted to hear them. And as for schedule, Monday we'll have to see. I'll probably be busy at least part of the day on Monday, and I don't know when that will be just yet, so I'll need to figure that out before I can make any concrete plans. Tuesday will again not be a day where I can, because of work, I won't be able to stream in the morning or in the afternoon on that day. So, if we're still playing Arknights at that point, it would be towards the evening, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. If I really feel like I need to, I might also stream Wednesday in the afternoon, but it's very unlikely that I will. Very unlikely that I will. Let's see. Then, by Thursday, I suppose I should also say, speaking of coffee, yeah, the Coffee Talk collab with Sheppy Sheps should be resuming on this upcoming Wednesday. Yeah, that will be at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, but come Thursday, we will be out of this event. And probably, I might take a little break from Arknights, just for at least a few days. I'll definitely pick it up by next week if I stop playing it for the rest of this upcoming week at some point. But yes. So, after this event, we will be back to the main story of Arknights, and we will be continuing that. I do have a plan for how I want to tackle sort of the main story and some of the side events. I don't believe I've discussed that here at all, and I'd have to refresh myself on the details before I mention it, but But yeah, we're going to continue the main story for a little while, do a few side things here and there eventually. Mostly we're going to be doing those between certain chapters. But I think that should leave us pretty good for today. And it looks like we don't have any raid suggestions. So I think we're going to go and drop by Judo, because I haven't seen them in a very, very long time indeed. Yes, our good friend Judo Kami, longtime friend of the stream. And it looks like they're getting set up right now. So you'll be able to pop into another stream that's just starting here in a little bit. Yes, raid Judo Kami. And so, the customary raid message is, as always, we have arrived. There we are. We have arrived. So, thank you all for being here today. I hope you have had a fine day. I hope that you will continue to have a fine day every day, and I hope that you'll be well until the next time I see you. Thank you all very much, and farewell. Let us get this raid underway.